Yoruba ìrònú kẹ́lọ́ fi mọ̀ ṣọ̀kan ọ̀sán ló àgbààgbà ìtàn kò fi lè sòdodo. Ó ti sọ́wọ́ àjẹkẹ́ wá jọba. Ìran láwọn àgbààgbà ẹ̀gbẹ́ dání jó kiri. Ó máa ṣe òye, ó máa gbúdọ̀ wọ̀. Àwọn ọmọdé ẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ wà láwùjọ. Ọba mẹ́wàá ìgbà mẹ́wàá yóò máa lòlẹ̀ ayé gbó. Lọ́ba lọ́ba lóye lóye Yorùbá, mo bẹ̀ yín ẹ̀ ṣayé ire. Kò bàjẹ́ láyé Olúgbọ́n, kò má bàjẹ́ láyé Àrẹ̀sà o. Kò má torí tí yín bàjẹ́ òye. Abẹ́ orí àrùgbó Yorùbá ó máa fọwọ́ rọ́ọ̀rì kú mọ́. Ẹ bá ọ̀nà lọ́mọ kéékèèké kú sí kiri. Òun lọ́kọ̀ lè lóko nílẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́. Kíjokíjo lọ́dọ̀ ló wọ̀n yìí wá sáré kiri. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká relé. Bájọ́ bájúmọ́ á ń padà sílé bàbá ẹni ni. Ṣebí ewúrẹ́ yẹn ò ló ṣọmọ ya àgùntàn. Àgùntàn ló ní màmá mi òbí dúdú òye. Ṣebí látọdún tó ti wà nínú Nàìjíríà yìí. Ìdẹ̀ra ló ń fojoojúmọ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n òmìnira náà fojoojúmọ́ fún wa mú. Àsìkò tí tó ilé tó lọ òmìnira àlàfẹ́ ó ṣe àsìkò tí tó ilé tó lọ òmìnira àlàfẹ́ ó ṣe àsìkò tí tó ilé tó lọ òmìnira àlàfẹ́ ó ṣe àsìkò tí tó.
And a very good afternoon, and welcome back to the afternoon session as we continue to educate, as we continue to bring the awareness, as we continue to take the campaign for the self-determination of the indigenous people of the Yoruba out of the Nigeria on a very peaceful accord, but ọlọ́gbọ́n ló léyè òmùgọ̀ la máa fi béèrè gbogbo tó kù nínú ẹ̀. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Oòduà, ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire níbikíbi tí gbogbo wa bá wà. A kí yín pé ẹ káàbọ̀ padà sí orí ètò níbi tí a tún máa kọ́ra wa ní ọgbọ́n tí a máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa pé kí nìdí gan tí a fẹ́ kíìpù Nàìjíríà. Bí a bá wo àkọlé ti tèní, ẹ rí i pé ìbéèrè là ń béèrè. Mo kọ́kọ́ lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Oòduà, ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire níbikíbi tí olúkálukú wa wà. Mo ń fi tìfẹ́tìfẹ́ a fi ń kí yín látorí ètò. It's exactly 7 minutes past 1300 hours GMT. That is means 1 p.m. Ó kọjá ìṣẹ́jú díẹ̀. Èní ní ìparí oṣù gẹ́gẹ́ bí kàlẹ́ndà ti àwọn òyìnbó. Àwọn ìlú kan wà, they don't go along with this calendar that we are using. Àwọn kan tí ṣe tí ṣe New Year. Àwa lè ti ní a ṣe New Year going from 31st to 1st of December to January. Does not mean that is what happens around the world. So tó bá ń fi pé bóyá torí pé wọ́n ní Happy New Year, it means Happy New Year to every part of the globe. No. So, but as we are ending the 31st of January 2022, we continue to take the campaign for the out of Nigeria on a peaceful mission And that mission says, as somebody just said there, no retreat, no surrender. Àkọ́kọ́ lọ kí nígbà tá ti kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire. Àwa lọ kí àwọn bàbá wa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà ni bàbá wa tí à ń tẹ̀lé. Okay, wọ́n ní Chinese New Year is just now. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ọlọ́gbọ́n lá máa béèrè pé kí ló kù láàrin ẹ̀. Koiki go into the details. Nígbà tí mo ti ní a máa gbà by peaceful mission. Ẹ̀yin náà máa gbé yẹ̀wò. Ṣó máa wà peaceful? Ṣé kò ní wà peaceful? Ní láti máa béèrè gbogbo details. Àbọ̀rọ̀ máa béèrè details. A ṣe Netflix movie níbí báyìí. Mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe ògògó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kì í ṣe bàbá sùwé. Ìntàgbédání ó kọjá yẹ́lẹyẹ̀lẹ. Ìntàgbédání kò kì í ṣeré. Ìntàgbédání in tí ó ní ẹ̀mí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú ni. And we must remain focused because this is a very, very turbulent year. Okay, only kankan tí mo tún rí níbí báyìí ní mọ̀ pé bàbá ń ṣètò oríṣiríṣi a máa jáde. Bó mú kọ́kọ́ lọ kí bàbá wa, bàbá àgbàlagbà, bàbá tí òun wò pé ìran wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ máa jìyà nínú Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀, òye tí Elédùmarè fún ọmọ Yorùbá. Bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye Alana, the emeritus. Kò ń ṣe àwọn nìkan lọ́kọ́kọ́ máa pariwo pé kí Yorùbá kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Àwọn kan náà ti ń sọ bọ̀, àmọ́ tá bá lè sọ pé ẹni tí ó fún wa ní òye pé a lè gbé ìjọba Nàìjíríà lọ sí ibi tí a lọ fi ẹ̀sùn kàn wọ́n pé a nígbà. Because that country called Nigeria has created more havoc to more Nigerians that do not understand that we were never Nigerians until the colonial master came in 1914 and decided to put this country together, which is now known as Nigeria. But our job here, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀, òun ni ká máa gbé yẹ̀wò, ká yẹ̀wò. Ǹjẹ́ ìlú ni Nigeria? Is Nigeria a country? Ìyẹn ni ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́. Àwa ń kí bàbá Akintoye lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Nígbà tá a bá kí bàbá Akintoye, à kí deputy wọn, mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn elders of council tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun ju àwa tí ẹrù pa ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ. Torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀, torí pé wọ́n rí àwa lójoojúmọ́. Mo ti wà on already. All right. No, I check. I send message. All right. So, àbọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé yín, ẹ má bínú, ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní family come first, but gbogbo yín náà ní family. And sometimes calls they do disturb the broadcast. So we will go back and continue. Mo kí gbogbo yín tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, mo ṣì ń kí wa náà ni. Àìtí ìwọnú ètò lọ. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń wò wá on all the platforms. Yoruba nation, kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Self-determination, kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, mo fẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ ká lọ wo the topic that we have today. And what is it saying? What is it talking about? A lot of people say Nigeria will work. Yorùbá ló kàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí n táwọn sọ for the election that is coming. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbọ́ eléyìí, à ń padà bọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
Lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá, orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o, torí torí bẹ́ẹ̀ bùra a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Igboho ṣá ọmọ Igboho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gèdèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Ìgbòho ṣá àti cover ojú bàbá wa alànà ẹja gbé wá báyìí that's it. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo wa pé kò gbọ́dọ̀ sú wa kò gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wá nígbà tá ti kí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ a wá kí àwọn ìjọ kọ̀ọ̀kan àti mùsùlùmí àti kìrìsìtẹ́nì àti àwọn bàbá wa oníṣẹ̀ṣe àtàwọn ìyá wa a kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé a kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin baálẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ ń di agbègbè yín mú àmọ́ agbègbè yẹn ó ti ń lọ kúrò lọ́wọ́ yín nítorí pé àwọn ẹ̀yà míì wọ́n ti wọlé sí wa lára. Mo wá kí gbogbo wa pé kí la fẹ́ gangan. Kí ni nǹkan tá fẹ́? What do we really want? Ṣé Nàìjíríà la fẹ́ ni àbí a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation? Because a lot of Nigerians are looking up to a great country that will transform and make their life a better place. A lot of people are looking at Nigeria as a country that will become useful for them maybe after tí wọ́n bá ti kú. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Nàìjíríà ń wo Nàìjíríà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú tó máa láǹfààní kan tó máa lárinrin. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin aláàjì àti ẹ̀yin alhaja mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin pastor reverend ẹ̀yin sheikh the question today is Yoruba nation versus Nigeria 2023 election. Èwo la fẹ́ lò nínú ẹ̀? Èwo la fẹ́ mú nínú ẹ̀? Ṣé Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ dúró nítorí pé àwọn tí wọ́n ń sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ Nàìjíríà yẹn àwọn fẹ́ lọ ṣe election? Kí ni view wọn? Kí ni opinion wọn? Ṣé wọ́n ń wò pé Nàìjíríà máa láǹfààní ó máa lálùbáríkà tí gbogbo wa máa gbé in one country that should have been multiple nations but was mistakenly added in 1914 on a wrong move and again for economic reasons? Ṣé Nàìjíríà tí àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbèrò pé ká lọ ṣe election tá bá ṣe election bí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ bí á dá nǹkan padà ni àbí á máa lọ or àwa tá à ń sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká demand for referendum and stop that country called Nigeria? Ẹni tó bá wá fẹ́ lo Nàìjíríà bí àwọn Haúsá fẹ́ lo Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní right láti lo Nàìjíríà. A bá wọn jà sí Nàìjíríà nítorí pé àwọn ò nídìí láti ṣe máa jà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó fẹ́ di Nàìjíríà mú. Àmọ́ in táwa sọ ni pé àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀yà ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire àwa ọmọ Yorùbá àwa ọmọ aládé, àwa ọmọ níran, ìran tó da, ìran tó lálùbáríkà. Àbáwọn tí ó kùjà, àmọ́ àfẹ́ wà nínú pé kọ́ máa identify wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí Nàìjíríà. Nítorí pé ìjọ́kíjọ́ tó bá ti identify ẹ pé you are a Nigerian, that means pé identity tó ní is no longer yours anymore. Ìjọ́kíjọ́ tó bá ti sọ pé you are a Nigerian, ó ti sọ identity tí Elédùmarè ọba ńlá tó fún wa, ó ti sọnù. So tó bá wá ń sọ pé nítorí sentiment, nítorí in tó fẹ́ jẹ, nítorí in tó fẹ́ rí, òun ni wọ́n ṣe ń sọ pé ká lọ dìbò fún 2023. Á jẹ́ pé o ò ní ìmọ̀, o ò dẹ̀ ní làákàyè ibi tá ti ń bọ̀ kó tó di pé wọ́n wá kó wa lẹ́rú, kó tó di pé wọ́n sọ wá ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn ẹ̀yà òyìnbó ìlú tèmi ń gbé níbẹ̀ tó ń pè ní United Kingdom, àwọn ni wọ́n jókòó kọ̀kọ̀, àwọn ló jókòó burúkú, àwọn ló jókòó tí ayé yín fi rí rádaràda, táyé yín fi rí ródòròdo, tó fi di pé ẹ̀ ń gé orí èèyàn tí wọ́n rò pé yẹn ló máa sọ̀yàn dolówó, tó fi di pé tó bá jáde nísìn ọlọ́pàá nù ẹ́, tó fi di pé gbogbo rádaràda ródòròdo táwọn politician yín ṣe for the last 20 years látijọ́ tó ti náà wọ́n ṣe election 1999. Àwọn ẹ̀yà òyìnbó yìí, àwọn ló jókòó kọ̀ọ̀kan yẹn ní 1914. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ń yó, wọ́n ti ń pín, wọ́n ti ń kún kó tó di 1914. But nígbà tó di 1914, wọ́n ní ó dá ẹ̀yà Hausa àti Igbo àti Yorùbá àti ẹ̀yà tó kù, nítorí pé a kì í ṣe mẹ́ta. Kí ló wá ń pè ní identity?
Identity.
The fact of being who or what a person or thing is. He knows the identity of the bomber. Béèyàn bá pààyàn nísìnyí, wọ́n á ní ẹni tó pa nìyẹn o, òun ló pa èmi kọ́ o. Wọ́n máa fi identity yẹn, wọ́n máa fi sọ ẹni yẹn. Identity yẹn òun làwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wá fi ń ṣeré pẹ̀lú 2023. A fẹ́ gbé identity wa sọnù láti continue pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Nítorí pé you are calling yourself a Nigerian. You don't even understand who is Nigerian. So for every fact that you say you are a Nigerian, what you are actually doing is you are using the identity that was given to you by the colonial during those days, during those decades. So for every time, oh yes, until we leave Nigeria, officially, either peace, either gbasgbos, either referendum. But one thing is, there is no backing down and there is no going back, because it's a mission that will be fulfilled regardless of whatever the stakeholders around the globe believe, think about this country called Nigeria. Because àwọn kọ́ ló máa determine identity wa. I cannot determine the identity of a British citizen. I cannot determine the identity of a German citizen, of a Ukrainian citizen, of an American citizen, of a Canadian citizen. We cannot determine that identity. Identity wa lèyí fi jẹ́ ká máa tún gbé wọnú 2023. And after 2023, then what happened? Wá ṣe 4 years, another 4 years, another 4 years. So for everyone that is still talking about one Nigeria for election, you, if you don't know, you are keeping the identity that Lugard and the guy called Goldie that was working on behalf of the British government in 1914. That is the identity tó fẹ́ máa tọ́jú. And that is why we have a passport that is green, white, green. Rather than having a passport that is a Yoruba passport that will represent you as your own identity. Once again, ẹ gbé yẹ̀wò dáadáa, ẹ wo topic ìtọ̀sán yìí. Yoruba Nation versus Nigeria 2023. Ǹjẹ́ a ready ká sọ identity wa nù just because of the sentiment that some Yoruba people here in UK, in America, supporting the criminals, politicians, that they know that is not going to support and give you the kind of life that you want. Kódà kó gbé more than Tinubu wá kò lè sort anything out. Kí Délé Momodu pé márùn kò lè sort anything out. Kó lọ gbé Adésínà, èyí tó jẹ́ the president of the African Development Bank, kó gbé márùn ẹ̀ wá sí Nàìjíríà kò lè work, because First and foremost, identity wa ó ti sọnù pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Èèyàn ń jẹ̀bà, ó ń jẹ wédú, ó ń wáṣọ òkè. Ìyẹn nìkan kọ́ ni identity. Ìjọ́ tó bá ti ń kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú passport Nàìjíríà, you are not a Yoruba man. Identity ìlú mi tí wọ́n fún ẹ, òun ló ń gbé káàkiri tó fi ń pè rẹ ní pé I'm a one Nigeria. Yàtọ̀ sáwọn tó ti gbá passport yẹn dànù tó lọ́n fún wọn ṣe nítorí pé wọ́n ò sí nínú Nàìjíríà mọ́ and they've already denounced or have some kind of a different identity, whether having an American passport, a British passport, a Canadian passport, an Australian passport. Àwọn passport tó ń ṣàǹfààní ní all over the world. Nigerian passport is as useless as a rubbish tissue paper. Identity òun ni wọ́n wá fi ń ṣeré. Ó wá rò pé ń ta gbé dání. APC was put together before the 2015. That means APC can collapse anytime. It doesn't have any identity. Ó lè ní gbogbo wọn àti APC àti CNC àti PDP. Every one of them are operating together. So for you to say that you want to keep Nigeria, you are actually keeping a different identity entirely. Òun keep identity tí kò ń ṣe tiwa. And if you are thinking that it's a joke, because for you everything at home is a joke, gbogbo nǹkan sọ yẹn kò ní meaning ṣe, but you will suffer before we get to that destination. Because it doesn't matter who you are in Nigeria, your identity will continue to be disrespected as a citizen that is not meant to be in a citizen that is different entirely. You've been coerced, you've been going through this kind of illusion that this Nigeria oneness, as Obasanjo said, this your oneness Nigeria is better than the Yoruba oneness. I'm a true Nigerian is because ó ti jẹ nínú ẹ̀. And you can look at their record. So I pity you all, my people. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wo Nigeria as a country that will keep you alive, that will save you, that will turn things around, and then you will become a successful person, and you will no longer be added into where a country as of today is number 3 ní gbogbo àgbáyé when you talk about where terrorists bọ̀kúbọ̀kú, ibi tí terrorists tó pọ̀ jù sí ní gbogbo àgbáyé, Nigeria ní number 3, igbá kẹta. On top is Iraq, and the number 1 is Afghanistan. Kò ń ṣe Fúlàní tó ń pa wá nìkan là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ the whole architect of Nigeria, that every single one of these Yoruba politicians, the present one and the past one, will not be able to tell you that we should keep one Nigeria, but rather they prefer that country, Nigeria, because Nigerianness is part of them. And that is why they will bring out their drums, whether in Osun election that is about to happen, whether in Ekiti election, whether in the previous election. Go and look at all their track records. You realize that they are not interested in the Yoruba-ness because they do not want to keep that identity. And eventually when they die, go and look at them. I don't have to mention their names, you know them. Any politician that have died in the last couple of months, what they've done is, àwọn ti lọ, àwọn family tó jẹ́ kákọ̀sí láàrin wọn, àtàwọn tó rí jẹ díẹ̀díẹ̀, àwọn máa wà comfortable maybe for another 10 years based on the money that they've stolen, based on using Nigerianness to enrich themselves, but rather than they will use the Yoruba-ness to enrich the Yoruba-ness culture, the Yoruba-ness identity. They are not interested in all that. Àwọn ò ní làákàyè pé it doesn't matter. Every single one of us, as you dey watch me right now, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wò mí báyìí, add 100 years to your age, you will not be around anymore. Èèyàn kan tó wá ń jà tó sọ pé identity yẹn sẹ́, òun ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó sọnù, ìyà tó ń fi wá ṣe, ìpàkípà tó ń pa wá yẹn, it is not acceptable. It's not acceptable in the 21st century. Òun ni wọ́n wá ń lé mú, òun ni wọ́n lé títí níbi tó sá lọ, tó wá fẹ́ máa lọ sí ìrìn àjò tó fẹ́ máa lọ kó tó di pé wọ́n dá dúró ní Benin Republic. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wá ní ẹ jẹ́ kó wà níbẹ̀ o, ẹ má jẹ́ kó jáde o. ẹ má jẹ́ kó jáde torí pé a fẹ́ kó wà níbẹ̀ tí a máa fi sọ identity wa nù wọnú Nàìjíríà ní 2023 nítorí pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń gbèrò pé ẹ fẹ́ lọ dìbò ìyìn tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣe ni pé ẹ ti ń sọ identity yín nù. A lè stop ẹ̀ nísìnyí by demanding a full referendum to opt out peacefully out of that nasty country called Nigeria. But ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ẹ̀ ń feel pé tá a bá continue pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà tá a bá ṣe selection, then things will start turning around. Hospital, they will build the roads, they will build schools, infrastructure, this, that, and everything will become a better place for me and you.
àìmọye yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a lè mórúkọ wọn làwọn fún tí ààbò bá sí fún aráàlú tó olóòṣèjọba lé lórí aráàlú dìde fúnra ẹ̀. kì í ṣe pé mo pàṣẹ àbí mo dédé pàṣẹ àbí mo kàn sọ nǹkan tí ó wá látọkàn mi nǹkan tó fa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni pé ẹ̀yin náà wò láti bí ijọ́ mélòó kan sìn bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi méjì sìn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní tó wà ní gbogbo Ìbàràpá ẹ wo dókítà wa Dr. Fatai PhD doctor ọmọ Yorùbá tó kàwé tó gboyè ó wá lọ sí lóyìnbó ní àìníye ọdún ó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ó wá dé okòwò dé ó wá lọ lu bàbá ẹ̀ ní gangan ó dá oko àgbàdo ẹ̀gẹ́ iṣu oríṣiríṣi nǹkan soya beans ó dẹ̀ gba ọmọ wa ní gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sí bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́ tó ń bá a ṣiṣẹ́ Fúlàní wa jẹ oko ẹ̀ ó wá gbéra láti lọ bá àwọn Fúlàní yìí sọ̀rọ̀ láti lọ bá Sẹ́ríkì Fúlàní pé ẹ wá wo ohun tí àwọn ọmọ yìí ṣe lórí oko mi kò yẹ kó rí báyìí lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi wọ́n dẹ̀ dé lókun bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wọ́n dẹ̀ sàpà.
wọ́n dẹ̀ sàpà and at the end of the day kékeré lẹ sì rí yẹn mọ̀kànmọ̀kàn tó ń bọ̀ ó máa dàbí fíìmù ni èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí gbogbo eléyìí tí ẹ sì rí as this one àwọn ilé tẹ̀ rí.
sípù àlékótán lónìí yẹn dẹ̀ wàláì àlékótán o.
ó ní àwọn ò lè kó tán lénìí i'm sure pọ̀ ti kó tán látijọ́ yẹn wọ́n ọ̀dẹ̀ rí mi ó ní àwọn ò lè kó tán lénìí ó rò pó pọ̀ lójú ẹ̀ níjọ́ náà náà ó ti tán báyìí.
ìṣèṣìkò ọdún palliative this government and I dey hungry.
gbogbo oúnjẹ tó kó níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn wọ́n mà ti kó tán.
Wickedness of the government. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Wickedness of the government.
The same Ọ̀ṣun Ankara tó ń sọ yìí nísìnyí tí wọ́n ti ń kóúnjẹ yìí the same Ọ̀ṣun ló tún fẹ́ ṣe election and the same people the same Yoruba people àwọn náà lọ tún wá fẹ́ lò after tí wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ mú wọn lẹ́jẹ̀ wọ́n tọ́jú oúnjẹ ẹgbọ́n tó sọ state Ọ̀ṣun state òun ni fídíò eléyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i.
Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government.
Ó sọ pé wickedness of the government. Àmọ́ bàbá wa ní bíbáyìí ìyẹn olóyè Ìgbòho Òòṣà ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá òun sọ̀rọ̀ pé èèyàn kan lọ gba PhD ó travel lọ fún àìmọye ọdún ó gbé oko business wá sí Ìbàràpá wọ́n dé lókun wọ́n pa á.
àìmọye yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a lè mórúkọ wọn làwọn Fúlàní yìí bẹ́ lórí tí wọ́n pa wọ́n jí àwọn kan gbé ẹni tó bá gbowó tó kéré lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n gba 7 million.
nígbà tí bàbá wa ń ṣe fídíò yìí a ti fẹ́ tó bí ọdún kan nísìn tá a bá rántí fídíò yìí bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí èèyàn mẹ́ta ó wà ní ugbó ní Àkúrẹ́ báyìí tí wọ́n demand fún 10 million ọkọ ìyàwó àtọlọ́pàá tó tẹ̀lé wọn dírẹ́bà wọ́n ní kí dírẹ́bà lọ jíṣẹ́ nílé pé àti jí wọn gbé. àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n wá ń fi ẹ̀sìn wọ́n ń tì bọ̀ wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ ẹbọ lẹ̀ ń gbé bọ̀, wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ òòṣà lẹ̀ ń gbé bọ̀. Mo ní ìwọ tó jẹ́ mùsùlùmí nínú Nàìjíríà, ǹjẹ́ ó jàǹfààní Nàìjíríà gẹ́gẹ́ bí mùsùlùmí? Ìwọ tó jẹ́ kìrìsìtẹ́nì, ǹjẹ́ ó láǹfààní jẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí kìrìsìtẹ́nì nínú Nàìjíríà? So kí ló dé tẹ́ ṣe tí wọ́n ń sọ pé election ló kàn nígbà tí à ń dágbére pé ká jáde pátápátá nírọ̀rùn ní àlàáfíà kúrò nínú ìlú tẹ́ ń pè Nàìjíríà? Kí ló dé tí àwọn ọ̀nkùn yín tó ń ya picture photoshoot, ẹ ti rí picture yẹn tó ń lọ, àní láti fi wọ̀nyí, wọ́n ń ṣe photoshoot ní London, wọ́n ń ṣe photoshoot, àwọn ò ní padà wá sílé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti wà níbí pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ wọn, àwọn ọmọ wọn ti ń bímọ, wọ́n ti ní grandchildren. They are not going to come back to Nigeria regardless of whether the outcome is bad or good. Nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tẹ́ ń rí yẹn náà wọ́n wà lára àwọn tó campaign fún wọn ní 2014, but wọ́n ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n ń pààyàn. Gbogbo wọn ò lè issue communique kankan. Gbogbo àwọn Nigerian association, ẹgbẹ́ oríṣiríṣi, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wèrè tó wà káàkiri ní London, ní America, tí wọ́n ń pa Yorùbá, bí á nìkan ní wọ́n issue communique pé ìjọba federal government, nítorí pé they are part as well. Tá a bá ń dárúkọ Buhari, tá a ń dárúkọ Ọ̀ṣínbàjò, a máa dárúkọ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n sì wà láàárín wọn tí wọ́n bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí nísìnyí o, wọ́n tún ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ campaign trail, London campaign trail. Nígbà tá à ń sọ pé ìlú burúkú yìí òun ló kó wa lẹ́rú, ká tètè jáde kúrò níbẹ̀, ká làáfíà lè dé orí ìlú iná lọ́tún tún ń gbìrò pé ká tún continue that slavery pẹ̀lú àwọn òyìnbó àti wàá mú Fúlàní mọ́. Ìlú yìí náà ni wọ́n tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, wọ́n ti ń rìnrìn ìrìn kò lọ́bẹ̀, wọ́n ti ń lọ rìnrìn kò lọ́bẹ̀, nítorí pé lọ́kàn ara wọn Yorùbá ló kàn, lọ́kàn ara wọn Yorùbá ló lè ṣe. Àwọn rò pé tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀, ẹ mọ̀ pé làákàyè lòmíì, wọ́n ní tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ á ní agbára láti dá padà sí regional government. Mo wá rẹ́rìn, wọ́n ní tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ o, ní tá à ń bá lọ nísìnyí, bàbá fún Yorùbá láyè tó jẹ president Nàìjíríà, á ní agbára wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, àṣẹ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, á pàṣẹ pé ká padà sí regional government. Láti regional government àwa máa bèrè fún bí i Yorùbá nation. Ìtàn rò nìyẹn. Tẹ́ bá ń rí àwọn tó ń béèrè ìbéèrè sọnù, ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ I love Yorùbá nation, but tá bá ti ń fi but yẹn sí, ẹ mọ̀ pé politician ni. It doesn't matter how you love them, there will not be any but. Ìjọ tẹ́ bá ti ń fi but sí, that means pé you are still keeping that vision set. Ẹ gbọ́ mi yé, vision ni lugard lẹ ṣe ń fi sí. There's nothing like but. We don't want to be part of Nigeria. We want to put a full stop to it. We must stop it now and say we are not interested in 2023. Rather than 2023, is either we declare Yoruba nation, we get a referendum, or it becomes gbas-gbos, economic tetani. If anybody is telling you, I understand you all. I love the passion Koiki is putting out. I love him. He's a young man. You know, I love àwọn elite ló sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí tó bá ti jókòó. Wọ́n wo program wa báyìí nísìn. Man, I love him. But it's not the time now to divide them. Ìkan tẹ wà nílùú yìí, ó lè kọ episode. Ó ti ń kọ́ lájọ́ tí mo ti mọ̀ nísìn. A ti fẹ́ tó more than 10 years. Tó bá kọ episode fún yín báyìí, akọ̀wé ni. Kìnní kan la lè ṣe, kìnní kan ní kọ́ ṣe, kìnní kan ní kọ́ ṣe. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n lè ṣe o. Wọ́n á máa kọ episode ojoojúmọ́. Nílà wọ́n ń gbọ́ mi báyìí, gbogbo wọn ń gbọ́ mi, gbogbo wọn náà lọ, gbogbo wọn wà ní ìlú ìdájọ́ wa. Àtijọ́ tí mo ti mọ̀, 10 ní episode yẹn tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ báyìí, wọ́n máa kọ́. At the end of the day, wọ́n mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò lè ṣiṣẹ́ o. But rather than all to come out now, àtẹ̀ntó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, so that we can keep our identity. Àwọn sì wò pé Nigeria will be boom with the numbers. Nígbà tí mo kì í ṣe ìran Haúsá, mo kì í ṣe ìran Igbo, mo kì í ṣe ìran Fúlàní. They want us to remain in that union. But àwọn ò kúrò níbí báyìí o. Because bó bá lọ Nigeria tí wọ́n support either by writing, either by speaking, either by the loveness of the Nigerianness they have. Ìjọ tó bá ti dé Nigeria will abuse them. So they won't go to Nigeria because they know that Nigeria is not a country. But tó wà Nigeria tó wọ́n tí tó ríran, òun sì ń fi pé tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ Koiki mo like bẹ ṣe ń ṣe yẹn but ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí Yorùbá lọ ṣe àwọn ń fíw lọ́kàn ara wọn Yorùbá tó wà níbẹ̀ tó ń pa tí Fúlàní pa wá lójoojúmọ́ tí Ìgbòho fi jáde pé kí lè ṣe wa gan.
wọ́n gba 10 million wọ́n gba 11 million.
wọ́n gba 10 million wọ́n gba 11 million gbogbo ilẹ̀ wo fídíò àwọn mẹ́rin yẹn I'm sure káwọn yẹn nísìn tó bá ní kó wá jẹ patí nìbàdàn wàá gbé yẹ̀wò pé sáwọn ní 7.5 million kọ́wọ́ lówó yẹn lọ́wọ́ nígbà tó gbé wọn ẹ gbà wá o orí ìyá mi aládé o orí bàbá mi aládé o ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹ gbà mí o wọ́n lówó lọ́wọ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní owó yẹn lọ́wọ́ ni wọ́n ò ní pariwo síta quietly wọ́n á sanwó fún Fúlàní kódà ní gbọ́ pé ó gbìyànjú kankan but nítorí pé àkáǹtì wọn 00 ni wọn ò ní anything because Nàìjíríà ò provide kankan fún wọn even yìí tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ níbẹ̀ kò ní ṣe wọ́n ṣe wá ń gbá £1 jọ 1,000 naira wọ́n ṣí àkáǹtì kalẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wá ń dáwó sínú ẹ̀ èyí tó máa pa mọ́tò ẹ̀ kódà nínú àwọn tó gbé yẹn ó ní kọ́ lọ bá wọn ẹ lọ ta mọ́tò dànù àdẹ́bí mi ṣe pàtàkì ó ní ẹ̀mí mi ṣe pàtàkì ẹ ta mọ́tò dànù ẹ rò pé tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n ní ká keep wọn Nàìjíríà lọ ṣe election irú àwọn bàbá yẹn irú àwọn politician yẹn irú àwọn ijó òlérí tí àwọn Yorùbá politician House of Rep ijó òlérí ní tó jáde tó ṣe fídíò pé kí ló dé Ṣèyí Mákindé kí ló dé ṣé o ò gbọ́ ni wọn ò ní jáde o ò mọ iye tó ń gbà lóṣù ni nígbà tí Sowore tẹ̀ jáde tó ní òun máa san 100,000 naira how can you pay 100,000 níbo ló ti fẹ́ rí owó yẹn ẹni tó wà níbẹ̀ nísìnyí kò rówó oṣù gbà ẹ lọ sí gbogbo àwọn civil servant ìyá máa jẹ ṣégè sí yín lára tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá tètè so ṣòkòtò yín kí gbogbo àjọ rìnrìn àjò yìí nítorí pé wọ́n máa jẹ yín lówó tó ò bá tẹ̀ jẹ yín lówó oṣù wọ́n lè máa sanwó oṣù fún yín but the more you keep one Nigeria ìjọ tó bá ti rìtáyà wàá lọ máa sunkún wàá lọ máa yíra sílẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ àwọn ìyá yẹn àwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà àwọn bàbá àgbàlagbà wọ́n lọ síwájú ṣé Ọ̀ṣun state kan lọ níjọ́ òní tó ń daṣọ bolẹ̀ tó ń kọrin tó ń jó tó ń tẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ we no go gree yo we no go gree. àwọn ní kẹwàá lọ ṣe election gbowó sọ fún yín pé bí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ kò ní agbára kankan ẹ mọ̀ pé yẹn làwọn sọ fún yín àwọn kan sọ fún yín pé ẹ jẹ́ ká débẹ̀ tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ Koiki ó máa ṣe tẹ́ ń fẹ́ yẹn but in tí wọ́n sọ fún yín ni pé Yorùbá ò ní ní agbára yẹn gan bó bá débẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ dí the North controls the whole of Nigeria ìwọ mùsùlùmí tó ń wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n wá fẹ́ wá ṣe àwẹ̀ nísìnyí a máa dúró de Sókótó kó dágbére fún wa pé àwẹ̀ ti tán o ó ti kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ a ti rí oṣù láti North a ti rí gbogbo àǹfààní tó ń wọlé láti Mẹ́kà ìjọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ìwọ tó ń wò mí àfáà sọnù aláàjì sọnù ṣéèkì sọnù ǹjẹ́ gbogbo mùdùmùdù tó ń kó bọ̀ láti Saudi Arabia tó ń wọ Nàìjíríà ǹjẹ́ yìí tẹ̀ ń rí gbà rárá ǹjẹ́ yìí mo scholarship tó ń fún àwọn ọmọ North tó fi lọ sí Mẹ́kà tó lọ ń kàwé tó lọ ń kékéwú ìyẹn mi pé kéwú tó ń ké yẹn òun ló máa determine ayé tàwa ìyẹn mi pé Kristẹni ló máa determine ayé tiwa gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá àti Kristẹni àti kéwú àti oníṣẹ̀ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀ ní together gbogbo irọ́ tó pa fún wa for a very long time tó da medulla oblongata wa tó dàrú tó ń jẹ́ ká máa wò pé ìka gbédání tójó títọ́ ìyẹn tí Elédùmarè fún wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá àwa gbédànù asọ́nù we let it go ẹlòmíì nísìn anórí fọ́ mi láyé àtijọ́ borí bá ń fọ́yàn ó ní nǹkan tó ń lò ìtókò yàtọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní sí ni pé ká wá fi ìtàn lò yẹn ká gbé lọ sí advanced level gbogbo pharmaceutical company pátá wọ́n ń wá egbòogi káàkiri ẹlẹ́mi bá ń gbọ́ bàbá kan fáwọn ní wọ́n dàbí pé ẹlẹ́bọ ni bàbá yìí bó wọ́n ti gbàgbé pé Ọlọ́run ló dá ewé àti egbò gbogbo wa náà ni wọ́n ti fi wẹ̀ fún nígbà tó wá wẹ̀ fún ẹtàn tára ẹ̀ dáṣíkí ó kàwé ó wà educated ó wá ń sọ òyìnbó tààtà tòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtòtò Harry pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó ní láyé lọ́run ló bá ń sọ pé àwọn ọba gidi àwọn ọmọ ọba tí wọ́n bá owó nílé ó ní náà ó ní òun máa fi gbogbo tó bá jẹ́ pé kóun lè ní ìsinmi àmà níréyàn bíi Harry yẹn mọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá báyìí ọmọ ni bọ̀bọ́ yẹn tó bá ní akíkanjú ni èmi ò tẹ́ ń ṣakíkanjú ẹ̀mọ́ tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ni akíkanjú ni ó ní girama ẹ gbọ́ tèmi èmi ò ní kẹ má bá mi ṣe bọ́kẹ́ tó sọ pé kẹ má bá mi ṣe yẹn èmi gan náà mo rẹ́dì láti yànda kémi àti ìyàwó mi àtọmọ mi ká máa bá tiwa lọ wọ́n ní security yẹn kọ́ ó ní kó fi sílẹ̀ ó ní òun á máa ṣe security ara òun ẹ mọ̀ pé Prince Harry left everything ìwọ ọ̀dẹ̀ one Nigeria mugumu one Nigeria mugumu ìwọ tún fẹ́ kíbi one Nigeria àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ ọba gan ọmọ ọba àwọn ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ ẹ fi pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa sọ jáde lẹ́nu ni kò lè sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ jáde lẹ́nu òun ló mọ tó rí wọ́n dìtẹ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ títí mẹ́gà wọ́n ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ráyé gbé ọkọ ya sọ pé ó mọ you know what I'm ready to sacrifice for you ǹjẹ́ wọ́n ready láti sacrifice nísìn àwọn tó ń káàkiri nísìn àwọn máa ṣe election ǹjẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ sacrifice fún wọn Yorùbá àwọn ready láti sacrifice so anyone that has been telling you Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ṣe but ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kí Tinubu lọ ná ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kó Ọ̀ṣínbàjò lọ ná ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù lọ ná ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí Sàràkí lọ ná ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí Adéṣínà àti gbogbo àwọn tó bá jáde nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kó ṣe ná Koiki tó bá débẹ̀ wàá change gbogbo nǹkan làákàyè ò sọ fún ẹ pé wọ́n ò lè change anything kò yẹ ni ìwọ ò mọ̀ pé caliphate sórí bọ̀bọ̀ Sultan of Sokoto yẹn agbára tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó ju ti president tẹ́ gbé dání sínú sórí mannequin tó wà ní Aso Rock yẹn mannequin yẹn tẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ń fún ní booster shot ni tó bá ti fún ní booster shot báyìí tó bá bí ní A Z ló máa sọ tó bá sọ pé D á padà sí A kò gbọ́n kankan mùgùmù ìyẹn ni wọ́n wá fi ń ṣeré ìwọ wá gbàgbé pé báwo bí wọn náà ṣe ń rò pé tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ yẹn ìwọ́n fi pa àwọn Haúsá gọ̀ ó fi pa àwọn Fúlàní ọ̀dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ó fi pé àwọn náà mọ̀ pé àwọn náà ti gbọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ lẹ́ máa ní málà ọ̀gbọ́n málà ti gbọ́n bàjẹ́ nísìn wọ́n wò wá àwọn náà ní ohun tó ń pè ní think tank but àwa náà ní think tank lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run kẹwàá pẹ̀lú àwọn Yorùbá tó ní ọgbọ́n tó ní òye tí wọ́n lè máa gbé tò kalẹ̀ àwọn á máa ṣe think tank àwa á máa jáde á máa push message jáde fún yín bí ṣe sọ gbogbo àwa nìkan kọ́ là ń ṣiṣẹ́ o tó bá rò pé nítorí pé òun gbọ́ mídíà níbí mídíà àyàtọ̀ tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé àwa ti gbójú jáde àwọn ọ̀kan gbójú jáde àmọ́ wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ nísàlẹ̀ wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ pé kí ìran Yorùbá lè lọ àwọn kan tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ against Yorùbá pé ká lọ ṣe election àwọn fẹ́ ta ìran wa dànù àwọn kíá àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ní £1,000 ẹ̀gbọ́n ní £5,000 àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n tó ti gba contract one way or the other ẹlòmíì ti gba contract nínú wọn back end contract IT contract kìíní kan contract supply gbogbo everybody dey supply gbogbo ló máa ń supply federal government it's all fraud à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀yà wa nípa ibi tí a ti ń bọ̀ àti ibi tá à ń lọ. So ìwọ wá fi pé tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀ lọ́kàn ara yín tí Yorùbá bá di president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria àwa pàṣẹ lé Fúlàní àtàwùsá ìwọ ọmọ tọ́jọ́ ń dì ìwọ ọmọ tọ́jọ́ sọ lásàlẹ̀ ìyẹn yìí mọ gbogbo di ṣèbí tó bá ṣe tán la ṣe máa ń gbọ́ pé Buhari lẹ kó ṣe nísìnyí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò lẹ kàn nísìnyí Tinubu ló kàn nísìnyí Sàràkí ló kàn lọ́hùn-ún Àtíkù fẹ́ padà all fraud. Wọ́n ti dé London báyìí wọ́n ti ya picture àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ọ̀sánú wàá tẹ̀ rò pé àwọn ọkùn yẹn wà wàá rò pé wọ́n ní làákàyè à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìran wa à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ibi tí ìran wa fẹ́ lọ àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ election wàá rò pé wọ́n ní làákàyè àwọn ìyá wa wàá rò pé wọ́n ní làákàyè wọ́n wò mí báyìí nísìnyí wọ́n ní làákàyè kò tẹ́ bá ní làákàyè ni ẹ mọ̀ pé ìran Yorùbá ń sọ pé àsìkò tó ká fi fún ó mọ̀ pé tó bá ń drive tó bá lẹsẹ̀ mọ́ break ìyẹn break tó bá mú ni o á dúró àwa lásẹ̀ mọ́ break nísìnyí èyí fẹ́ yọ ẹsẹ̀ kúrò ní break Pastor Túndé Bákàrè ó náà wò rí nínú vision tí Buhari kó gbogbo steering àti handbrake ó kó kúrò ní mọ́tò nígbà tó fẹ́ gbọ̀nsẹ̀ òun wá jókòó òun ní kóun rí páàkì mọ́tò wọn pé irú kí leléyìí kẹ̀ wọ́n wá ń dà wá lọ free à ń lọ yóò àwa wá ní ká dá padà pé bí wájú ò bá ṣe lọ á ti gbìyànjú, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lóhùn ò gbìyànjú sínú Nàìjíríà one way or the other, but vision tari kò lè work. Vision Usman Dan Fodio òun lè fẹ́ tọ́jú, òun lè fẹ́ keep, àwọn ò lè fẹ́ gbọ́n yẹn. But Ọlọ́run kí àwa náà, ó kẹwàá pẹ̀lú àwọn think tank, ó kẹwàá pẹ̀lú àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n, àwọn òmòye ní gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kankan, títí dé ìlànà, títí dé Yorùbá Central Office, títí dé Global Directorate, títí dé YSL, títí dé gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ nísàlẹ̀ àti different WhatsApp group tí communication lọ níbẹ̀. Ẹ wo brainstorm tó jáde lánàá nínú ìpàdé táwọn Yorùbá Central Office, ẹ wo tó ṣe lánàá. Ẹni tó ò bá gbọ́ tó kàn ń gbọ́ nǹkan míì, tó ò bá lọ farabalẹ̀ gbórùn kan báyìí, á jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń wá sírú àwọn ètò tẹ̀ káàkiri ẹ nílé understand ibi tá à ń lọ. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí alànà Professor Banji Akintoye, bàbá 86, ó ń jáde bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ 10 minutes ló fi ń bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, ìyẹn náà rẹ̀ náà ni. Bàbá yẹn wá jáde, tó bá tún dijọ́ Jímọ̀ yìí ẹ pàdé bàbá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní ìbéèrè ẹ nílé ìbéèrè nínú Zoom o, ẹ fi ìbéèrè yín ránṣẹ́ sí wa nísìnyí, ẹ send ẹ̀ sí info@koikimedia.com. Ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ fi yẹn wọ̀nyí ná ká tó máa bá ìtí wọ́n ṣe lánàá. Ìpàdé yìí máa wáyé lágbára Ọlọ́run, ìlànà UK Town Hall Meeting February 4th, 2022. That is the Zoom ID and the passcode. Guest speaker Professor Banji Akintoye Alano, the emeritus. Also the UK coordinator Dr. Olúṣọlá Òní Báṣegún. Àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n máa darapọ̀ sí ibi tí wọ́n ti máa béèrè àwọn ìbéèrè, àwọn nǹkan tí kò rú wa lójú, kò ṣe nínú Zoom yẹn o. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní ìbéèrè ẹ send ẹ̀ sí info@koikimedia.com. Àbá yín fi ránṣẹ́, wá selected, á wà ready, bàbá dẹ̀ bá yín answer ẹ̀. Aago 6 gbáko ló máa wáyé ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ ìjọ Jímọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ tá wà nínú ẹ̀ yìí. Ní aago 7 ti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, in tí wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ni pé 2022 Èkìtì àti Ọ̀ṣun election tó ń bọ̀, kí ni àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó fẹ́ gbé, kí ni àwọn ọ̀nà tá máa lò tí ìdìbò yẹn kò ṣe ní wáyé. Má bí ní pé kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀, in tó máa wáyé, in tó máa sọ, pàdé wọn tó bá lè jẹ́ Jímọ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló máa lọ lórí live transmission, but ìbéèrè kankan ní wá nínú Zoom yẹn. Ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ẹ tètè máa fi ṣẹwọ́ sí wa nísìnyí. Bó bá jẹ́ WhatsApp ni kò send ẹ̀ sí mi, Koiki ẹ bá wa send ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe pé bá join ọ̀n níjẹ́ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, torí pé wọ́n fẹ́ prepare sílẹ̀, òun la ṣe ń béèrè pé question tẹ́ bá fẹ́ béèrè, bàbá ti wà lọ́wọ́ wọn, wá dá yín lóhùn, a máa ju question yẹn sí bàbá, bàbá máa dá wa lóhùn ní question tẹ́yin bá béèrè. So bí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí bí èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá pẹ̀lú àwọn ti Yorùbá Central Office, tí a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tó ń ṣe. Nítorí pé tá bá náà fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, a láti máa prepare fún government whether we like it or not. Whether a prepare Yorùbá máa lọ, but in tó ṣe pàtàkì tó ṣe kókó ni pé ká máa brainstorm l'Amẹ́ríkà, ní Canada, nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, everybody will be involved. Kò ń ṣe pé ẹni tó wà nílùú òyìnbó ó lọ́gbọ́n ju ẹni tó wà nílé lọ, kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo wa lájọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Èyí tí wọ́n bá lè ṣe òun ni kí wọ́n mú, èyí tèmi lè ṣe òun lèmi ṣe. Bí wọ́n náà bá lè ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ìwọ náà bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá ní àgbìyànjú, ìwọ náà ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì lọ jókòó sílé. Ìwòyí last year Nàìjíríà ni mo wà, 6 months la ṣe níbẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá ní òun náà fẹ́ ṣe, òun náà lè ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kó lọ sọ́hùn. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ ní kékeré yìí ká gbọ́ ilé à ń padà bọ̀.
Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ́? Kí ló kí ló àwọn ìlú ọ̀rọ̀ sọmọ Nàìjíríà ọ̀dọ́ àwọn oníyà. Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ́? Kí ló kí ló àwọn ìlú ọ̀rọ̀ sọmọ Nàìjíríà ọ̀dọ́ àwọn oníyà. Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ́? Kí ló kí ló àwọn ìlú ọ̀rọ̀ sọmọ Nàìjíríà ọ̀dọ́ àwọn oníyà. Kí ló kà?
lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa níbikíbi tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ obìnrin. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí èyí tá à ń sọ lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, brainstorming máa bọ̀. Yorùbá exit. Kí ni àwọn options tí a ní? Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí náà ni olúkálukú wa máa ń béèrè. Koiki, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ni next thing tá fẹ́ ṣe? Bla bla bla, blo blo blo. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ó wà lára àwọn ìbéèrè tí ó wáyé ní ìpàdé tó ṣe lánàá, tí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ the emeritus, the Alano himself, tí wọ́n bá wa gbé ní ọ̀nà tí ó yé gbogbo wa. A dúpẹ́ fúnṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe, torí pé iṣẹ́ tó ṣe yẹn kò ń ṣiṣẹ́ kékeré. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ní wọ́n gbìyànjú, ẹni yẹn náà lè ṣe kí ni? Ó lè lọ gbìyànjú tiẹ̀ náà. Mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá wa Bashiru tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ pè. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ń kí gbogbo wa. Now, part of the questions that was put together yesterday, because this again is part of what everybody wants to know. Brainstorming, Yoruba exit. What are our options? Discussing options and clarifying the available exit routes for Yoruba. Ìwọ náà lè mú pen and paper dání. Number 1, actualizing no Nigerian election ever again in Yoruba land. Number 2, referendum through NINAS. Number 3, referendum through Yoruba negotiation with federal government. Number 4, civil unrest followed by declaration. Number 5, legal court judgment, Nigeria, ECOWAS, ICJ. Number 6, put people into political parties to be governors and later drop Nigeria. Number 7, compel our current governors or blackmail them to unite and drop Nigeria now. Number 8, peasant revolt plan B, using Sunday Igboho on the presidential list, Dr. Fashaki. Number 9, negotiate with Bola Tinubu to come back home when he fails his presidential ambition. Number 10, get multiple friendly nations to our side to support and present us to the United Nations and the world, or declare their recognition for us as a sovereignty nation. Number 11, Number 11, declare. Okay. Number 11, declare and then prepare for war or fighting after actualizing. Number 11, again, declare Yoruba nation. Wọ́n ní kò sí tó ń bọ̀ lókè tílẹ̀ ò gbà. In tó bá fẹ́ gbà ló máa gbà. Bó bá fẹ́ gba ètùtù àfún létùtù, bó bá fẹ́ gbàdúrà fún ládùúrà, á níyànjú ní kíákíá. Declare and then prepare for whatever the eventuality. Bàtà declare, ìyàkọ́ láwọn èèyàn ń jẹ lójoojúmọ́. So let's now play part of some of what the Alano himself said yesterday. It's a long video, so I'm not going to play everything here, but what we're going to do is we're just going to take some snip out of what Babawa, the Alano, was saying yesterday in that very beautiful 4-hour section. He spoke just at the beginning before, people were asking other questions and all that. So let's play a little bit out of it.
Baba, you're welcome, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Welcome, Daddy.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Baba Ajala, wasn't able to make it. So we thought that instead of canceling today, we could actually brainstorm on the options that we have. And there is any options that we may have that the feasibility will require your input. We thought that we should call you to let us know, maybe out of these options that we have, which one is even a no-go area at all. Yeah. We want to discuss this evening, whatever is no-go area, we'll just put it aside, cross it out, and then discuss the option one. What are the pros, what are the cons, and what do we need, to do it? What kind of project? What do we prepare for? What are the risks if we pick an option? What are the risks, and how do we, move on from there?
Thank you.
That is the option. Yeah. Let me show you the option again, sir. Or you can.
May I just thank you for putting these things on and up for the benefit of the Yoruba nation. We are a country that is ready to move on, but we are held down by a country that is moving backwards. So we need to separate the partnership so we can move on, and Nigeria can go wherever it wants to go. It has been going down, down, down since 1960, and it has been dragging us down since then. We now say to the world and to our people that we are no longer going further down than we have gone. We want to move on in the world and become a sophisticated modern country, not a country in which the president is looking for cattle roots and so on. I've seen the options. Let me relate to some very quickly. You talk of a referendum through NINAS. That's a no-go, because there is nothing that NINAS can do to influence referendum in Yoruba land, or even in Igbo land, or in the Middle Belt. Every people must find their own way towards a referendum. It's not something you can do with NINAS or with an alliance. There is no such thing. It is an individual country, an individual people seeking their referendum. And that is it. So referendum through NINAS is a nonity. There is nothing in that.
Mo kí bàbá wa tí mo gbọ́dọ̀ má kí nígbà tí Ọlọ́run ti ní kó comment. Tá bá ń dárúkọ àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ èèyàn Ọlọ́run tó dúró tán lórí pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Láwọn tí mo fẹ́ lọ mú à ń bọ̀ lórí eléyìí, mo kàn fẹ́ lọ wo page wọn kí n kí wọn dáadáa torí pé àwọn nítorí nǹkan kan òdodo làwọn gbé dání. Ìyẹn ni bàbá wa wọ́n pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, but mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n expect eléyìí tí mo fẹ́ ṣe yìí, but I just have to appreciate him. And ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ wọ́n, orúkọ wọn máa jẹ́ Ọmọọba Bíọ́dún Grace Chapel. Béèyàn bá gbọ́ in tí ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run lò wọ́n fún, tó ń ṣàwọn àjàkàrà pastor tó sì ń sọ fáwọn politician irọ́ àtàwọn àfáà irọ́ àtàwọn babaláwo irọ́, babaláwo èké pé Nàìjíríà máa dá. You are joking. You can also go and listen to some of his broadcasts. Òun lẹ kọ síbẹ̀ nísìnyí, ilé ìwọ́ṣe lé ní January 21. Fẹ́mi Òjòdú, your secret with Bola Ahmed Tinubu will soon come out. Mo farabalẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo gbọ́. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé ẹ wà pẹ̀lú wa ní orí ètò ti ọ̀sán yìí. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin ará lé pé mo interrupt the broadcast yẹn. So that is his page there. Please, you can also follow his broadcast. Very powerful man of God. And we have a lot of them like that. But àwọn tẹ̀ gbójú wọn jáde. Ìmí ò gbójú jáde, wọ́n ń ṣàdúrà nísàlẹ̀ ni. Àdúrà dẹ̀ máa mọ gbogbo alẹ́ lórí. Let's go back to the conversation.
Then there is this other thing that I think you must dismiss from your mind immediately. The idea that we could take part in an election and put in position by election a number of Yoruba men and women, especially governors, take part in the 2023 election, put up a political party, and let the party field candidates in the 6 Yoruba states. If they win and so on, that is a road to nowhere. It's a road to nowhere. It's a road to disaster, actually. Disaster is somewhere. It's not nowhere. The reason I say that is as follows. One, we have made it clear to our people and to the world that we want our self-determination. That is what we have said to the world. We have declared that the 1999 Constitution is a fraud. And people have bought that from us and are repeating it across the face of Nigeria. One of the persons who served for 80 years under this constitution, General Obasanjo, has made the very categorical statement that yes, he now knows that the 1999 constitution is a fraud. Chief Afe Babalola, one of the highest legal luminaries in our country, has said it. Many other people. In fact, the Sultan of Sokoto almost came close to saying the same thing. So, and there are many Northerners who are saying so too. So it is not just Southerners. And people in the South, Middle Belt are saying it very loudly. The 1999 Constitution is a fraud. Therefore, once we have declared that, it makes no sense for us to now surrender to holding for asking for people to vote for us under the same constitution. Being ruled by a country that is a fraud is equivalent to being enslaved. Yeah. So people are saying that we are slaves, and we now want to go and contest election and agree with them and declare to the world that indeed we are slaves. I don't think we should go that way. Because if we go that way, we become a subject of ridicule across the world. And our chances of ever becoming independent and establishing our sovereignty becomes very, very little indeed. So we must maintain our integrity. We want our self-determination. That's what we want. It is not our business to go and contest election under a constitution that everybody is now saying is a fraud. We should not go around, we should not come to the conclusion that what is good for us is to contest election under the 1999 Constitution and agree with the controllers of Nigeria that we are indeed slaves. So let's put that away from our mind completely. It is not something we must touch, because it will destroy all our aspirations and all our possibilities for a long, long time to come. Some people say, one of our organizations has said they are going to challenge the elections in Ekiti and Osun. What if we lose? The question is not whether we win or lose. The question is asserting by our actions that we refuse to be counted among slaves. That's all. And it is very important for the more important thing that we need to do. We need to engage in very serious diplomacy. We need to find countries in the world that will be sympathetic towards us, and there are many. There are many in Latin America and the West Indies. And some of your leaders are already doing something about that. There are a few in Africa that we can also influence. There are not so many. So don't say our African brothers and sisters. There is no such thing. Africa is wrapped together under a smog of political servility, political instability, and so on. So going to an African country to ask them to come and support you, or going to the African Union, or going to ECOWAS is wasting your energy. Find one or two countries that can support us, and there are, and we know that. And some of your leaders are already talking to to them. But there are not many such countries in Africa. On other continents, there are countries that can support us, especially in Southeast Asia. Again, I don't want to mention the countries. Again, I repeat that some of your leaders are already speaking to such countries with some sort of hope that things will change therefore in our favor. In Europe, there are 1 or 2 countries that we can influence to become sympathetic towards our cause. We know them, and we are talking to them. So, diplomacy is a big thing that we must engage in. We have been organizing ourselves at home, influencing our people, mobilizing our people, sensitizing our people. That's good. We have held rallies that are noticeable. Those are the kinds of things you use when you want to influence other countries. We held big multi-million people rallies. Then we went and held one at the door of the United Nations. And there are many of our men in the diaspora who are holding rallies from time to time. Here in the United Kingdom, you have held a rally in Liverpool, one in Manchester, and so on and so forth. You have held a big one in London, at which you smashed Nigeria to pieces before Downing Street, in front of the palace. So we have all those things are being recorded because they are the things you are going to use for negotiation with countries to show that you are determined to leave Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you can also show that you went to court, whether you win or lose, doesn't matter. You were so convinced of the rightness of your cause that you went to court. The fact that one court of the land refuses to grant your petition is immaterial. We have gone to court over abuses of human rights. We went to court over the attack on Sunday Igboho's home, and we won brilliantly, so that the court asked Nigeria to pay Sunday Igboho 50 billion naira. They appealed and they lost. Those are great records for negotiation around the world. And the fact that we will sue against having election in Ekiti State and Ondo State is another major plus. I repeat, it doesn't matter whether we win or lose. What we are doing is racking up information, powerful information to show that these people are determined to leave. That's the only way to do it. The alternative, generating civil war, is foolish. Because although Nigeria is already disintegrating, breaking down, and getting weaker and weaker every day, it still commands enough energy, military energy, to come over our land and brutalize our people. That does not mean that they can stop our self-determination struggle, but it means that we will lose a lot and go into a new country bleeding in all directions. We must not let that happen to us. What are the other options?
Yes, sir. The first one, we have removed 1, 2, 3, 4. You have kind of accepted 5 and 10, 2 of them. So the first one is actualizing no Nigeria election ever again in Yoruba land. using
Yeah,
the
we
one
never. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And we have done very well. We have done very well so far in terms of putting together the materials for negotiation around the world. We've gone to the International Criminal Court, taking the federal government of Nigeria to the International Criminal Court.
Ẹyẹ pause àárín yẹn díẹ̀. Ó ní kankan tí bàbá wa ń sọ continuously tí mo fẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin ọlọ́gbọ́n ayé kájọ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation ká dìmú dáadáa. Wọ́n náà wọn kankan wà tá à ń ṣe continuously tí a lè fi negotiate pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlú kan ìwọ̀nba díẹ̀ ni wọ́n ní African country. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ alànà bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye tí wọ́n fún wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n sọ lánàá tí à ń gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mò ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Pastor Òkèbíọ̀run pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní Yoruba Central Office. Wọ́n ti ní office ní UK ní bíbáyìí. And like I said, one day we will be visiting that very, very soon. Bàbá ń sọ̀rọ̀ kankan níbẹ̀. Ṣé rí gbogbo ẹ̀kan náà ń ṣe rally ni, Koiki ẹ̀kan ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni, ẹ̀kan ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Gbogbo kínní la máa fi negotiate. Imagine tí mo bá jáde tí mo bá sọ̀rọ̀. Tí a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ sí rally wà níjọ́ Saturday, kẹ má tún ní ẹ̀ gbọ́. Rally máa wáyé ní London níjọ́ Saturday. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí bàbá wa Akintoye sọ gbogbo àwọn rally yẹn ló máa fi máa ṣe rí àwọn nǹkan yẹn wọ́n lè má present ẹ̀ fún UK torí UK ò ní fẹ́ gbà. But àwọn ìlú kan wà tó bá ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní Yoruba people wants to leave. Kọ́ bá wà nínú ibi tó ti ń ṣe ìpàdé yẹn. Wọ́n ní Yoruba people wants to leave. Àwọn yẹn máa bèèrè pé kí làwọn evidence? Wọ́n ní they have a rally. They've even had one again this year in front of Downing Street on the ìjọ ọ̀la ṣe yẹn àṣekan àti máa ṣe míì ní ìjọ Saturday tó ń bọ̀ yìí Saturday tá a wà nú ẹ̀. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, ẹ má sọ pé òtútù wà. Òtútù náà láti wà nú ẹ̀ for over ẹlòmíì ti wà nú ìrísí 30 years, ẹlòmíì 20 years, ẹlòmíì ṣẹ̀ dé ni kò tẹ̀ tí ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ tí mojú ọwọ́ ìlú yìí. So ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká jáde níbi tó bá ti ní ká jáde, kò ń ṣe nílùú yìí nìkan. Wọ́n ń ṣe rally ní Paris, jáde. Àwọn nǹkan tó máa fi negotiate pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlú kan nìyẹn pé Yorùbá fẹ́ lọ. Ẹ gbọ́ tí bàbá Akintoye ń sọ continuously níbẹ̀ pé àwọn ìlú kan máa listen sí wa. We have about 195 countries around the world. Kò sí bí kan ṣe ní sympathy pẹ̀lú wa. It's as simple as that. Ìkan máa ní sympathy, mẹ́ta máa ní sympathy. Tá bá ti gain ní sympathy àwọn yẹn náà tún máa bá wa push lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n tún lè gain sympathy pẹ̀lú. All they have to do is tell them, look, tá bá dá Yorùbá nation tán, ẹ ṣe àǹfààní fẹ́yìn náà. Àwọn kankan wà tá lè jọ ṣe papọ̀. Àwọn kankan wà tá lè jọ share together. Èyí tó máa jẹ́ rọrùn fún wa ni o tó ń ṣe èyí tó tún máa kó bá wa. But tá bá ní ká jáde, wọ́n ń ṣe rally, jáde. Wọ́n ń ṣe protest, jáde. Ó ti sú mi. Ẹ kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ náà ló máa fi di pé tó bá di gbàásgbòs. Bàbá Akintoye ní kò ní di gbàásgbòs, but gbàásgbòs ti wà nínú ilé already. Ẹ jẹ́ a gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí i nǹkan tí bàbá wa ń sọ.
Yeah. The International Criminal Court proceeds with its matter very slowly. First, they will send investigations who will secretly come and investigate whether what we are saying is true. Then, when they have done that, they will decide that, yes, there is a case, and then they will serve notice on the people we have accused, and then they will proceed with the case or with cases.
Ìyẹn International Criminal Court tá lọ, àwọn kan yẹn ò yá. Ó ní time. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí bàbá wa ṣe ṣàlàyé ẹ̀, wọ́n ṣe máa rán àwọn èèyàn wá sísàlẹ̀. Wọ́n máa wá ṣe investigation. Tí investigation wọn bá, and that investigation depends, it could be 6 months, it could be 1 year. But the most important thing is we have served the federal government, but we now want the International Criminal Court, wọ́n pè ní ICC, kó bá wa serve ìjọba Buhari. Kí ló dé tó lọ fẹ́ pa Ìgbòho sílé tó pààyàn méjì, ẹ̀kọ́yàn méjìlá lọ? Kí ló dé tẹ́ pọ̀ lógbò? Kí ló dé tẹ́ ń jẹ́ kó pa àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá? Àti ẹ̀sùn bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. So bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá wa tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jáde gbogbo àwọn kinní yẹn àwọn ṣáré àwọn ilé kan máa rò pé àkàn ṣe rálì wọ̀ rí wa wọ́n gbọ́ wa wọ́n ń gbọ́ because àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n bá àwọn ìlú kan sọ̀rọ̀ pé a fẹ́ lọ àwọn ọmọ wa ń pariwo àwọn ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ kó dogun nǹkan tó bá dogun ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa pọ̀ èèyàn máa kú so ẹ gbà wá ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ẹ gbé yẹ̀ wò gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ ló máa wá sọ pé àwọn ti lọ bá ìlú kan sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ìmájì kan sọ pé a ti lọ bá Belgium sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ tíjọba Nàìjíríà wọn máa ṣe pẹ̀lú Belgium embassy ní location confusion yẹn ni.
In our case, in our situation, if they get to that point, there will be many Nigerian high place officials who will be before the International Criminal Court to answer various kinds of indictments. So we are doing fine. We are doing well. It's what we are engaged in is by nature slow. But we are really moving forward a little faster than most other nations do. You will remember the people in South Sudan have been fighting for their separation from Sudan for more than 20 years. Wow. Actually, no. They started to fight in 1956. For more than 60 years, yes, 1956. And they did not get their country until 2011. In Indonesia, one or two countries have managed to get a lot faster than South Sudan. So we are on the fast track. We Yoruba on the fast track. And what we need now is to shift our emphasis from home and leave some of our people to be running around and creating excitement and awareness at home while we move massively into diplomacy abroad. Yeah. We have been doing a little bit of the diplomacy, but we have run into serious trouble in that regard. When we started, our intention was that in every country, our diaspora, which is very large and very, very formidable, would be the vanguard of the Yoruba cause in the country where they live. And so we said there shall be one chapter in each country. And the duty of that chapter shall be to manage their own affairs so respectively that the government and leaders of that country will notice them, so that when they go to talk to the leaders of the country, they will be respected and listened to.
Yes.
Yeah, that is one of the things. So we were already set for massive diplomacy by our diaspora people across the world.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, in many countries, our diaspora people got it wrong. They began to think that, having a chapter is something personal, something they need, something they want to do for themselves. They want to make money, they want to do this. And so they ended up breaking into pieces in that. When we do that in any country, we are moving our nation backwards.
Mo dẹ̀ fi pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó yé gbogbo wa níbi tí alànà sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Ìtàn fàlàyé fún wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kò sí point kí ìlànà pé mẹ́rin nílùú kan, kò sí point kí ìlànà pé mẹ́ta nílùú kan. Yes, àwọn other organization lè wà tó lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ tiwọn, but àwọn tó bá jẹ́ fún ìlànà ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ yọkan. Irú ti ìlànà UK nísìn, project àwọn gbé dání nísìn ni pé ká gbé ìjọba Britain lọ sí court lórí 1914 amalgamation. Àwọn tó bá wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ó yẹ káwọn máa lo àwọn senator wọn lọ́hùn láti máa bá wa press, láti bá wa máa push. Ẹni tó bá wà ní Canada àwọn náà máa bá wa push, and that should be the same thing tó máa replicate gbogbo all over the world. But bí bàbá ṣe sọ, unfortunately, I think some of them mix it up. But we hope everybody will come together as quickly as possible, because àfi tó bá yẹ pé a ṣì ń fẹ́ máa ní Nàìjíríà la fẹ́, nígbà tá a dẹ̀ náà fẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́, why should we keep Nigeria? Nigeria is not going to work. This program was yesterday. We're just going to take a snip of it. We'll open the phone line as well so that we can also get a contribution from some of our listeners. But let's hear more from the Alano himself.
We are moving our nation backwards because the governments of these countries are looking at us. You may think that you are running around abusing your leaders and saying, no, the governments of these countries are looking at us. And when it comes to serious assessment of whether they should help us, look at the things that they will see in front of them and will say, these people do not deserve help. So that's one direction in which we must change our posture immediately. A group of friends of mine, old retired historians like myself, Americans, who are very much interested in whatever I do, and who have been holding meetings on the Yoruba situation and so on, said to me a few months ago, listen, Steve, you know, because of you, we love your people, and your people are admirable people. We know they are the most educated people in the black world. And they are forward-looking people. But you have a problem. You do not show that you can unite and get anything done. You are too often breaking into pieces and fighting one another, disrespecting one another, and disrespecting your leaders. And so we do not know that it will be a wise thing to support you. Then they will quote the example of the South Sudan. Towards from about 2000, South Sudan people began to get noticed by some of the leading countries of the world, especially the United States. Finally, the United States and other countries used their influence to get the United Nations to agree for a referendum for South Sudan. But our questions, can they unite and form one country? So meetings were held with them. And some of us African scholars, old African scholars, got involved in some of those meetings. And our people in South Sudan used to brag before us in those meetings, before the world, that their country will become an epitome of ethnic unity and harmony. Well, on the basis of that assurance, the world supported them, especially the United States. And they got their referendum in 2011. They were united as people running a new country for a few months. Then they began to fight one another.
I'm going to leave this for now. You will be able to watch the whole full video by going straight into the link tí mo máa fi ránṣẹ́, so that ẹni tó bá fẹ́ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ gbogbo ohun tí Alana sọ ní àná ní ibi tí wọ́n ti ṣe pàdé yẹn. It is important that you sit down and you listen to all the details. It will also help you as well to understand where we are. Nigeria is a big elephant that must be killed from different angles. I've said that 2 years ago, and I repeat it again. Yes, our fathers are working very hard, and we must continue, to tell the world that they are working hard on this very beautiful mission. But iṣẹ́ wo ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe as well is the question. Torí gbogbo ala níṣẹ́ tá máa ṣe, iṣẹ́ kan làwa ń ṣe. It doesn't matter how small, how big. Everybody must play a role, not just for the self-determination, but also for the release of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. I picked this up just before we came on air. Let's watch this together.
Ní èyí tí mo dẹ̀ gbé síwájú ẹni tó jẹ́ aṣojú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sí ìlú Republic of Benin, tí mo dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé kán jọ̀ọ́ kán bá wa sọ fún president Nàìjíríà pé Sunday Igboho kán release ẹ̀ fún wa ká lọ yanjú ẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pé láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà a máa rí ìyanjú sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Kò jẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́. Ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you very much, Kabiyesi.
You are most welcome. Sunday Igboho, which I have extensively tabled before the ambassador of Nigeria to the Republic of Benin, General T.Y. Ratai, and he has assured that it will be resolved as requested. Lágbára Ọlọ́run.
It will be resolved. We hope Benin Republic would listen that he hasn't committed any crime and there's no reason for us to keep him there as well. Let's open the phone line so that we can take a couple of calls based on it. And the question that we're asking today is it the one Nigeria or the Yoruba nation? It is very, very important, for us to, understand that. So let us let's take the first caller. Hello.
Hello, Koiki.
How are you?
Shalom.
Adequate.
Report it all for 1 year. But if I get information from nowhere.
Okay.
At least the Ashua Junior, people did not. Suppose Papa are you paper slam place.
Yeah, my send this. Tabashiri, Tabaparieto, my send this.
The number is.
Then, no problem.
Okay.
All right. No problem. Let's check on it.
Okay.
+447594050979 is the number that you would also have your views heard. Nigeria won't work. And if you think it will work, hear what this man has to tell us.
Every day you see people coming to you, relations, friends, this and that. My wife has given birth, my mother is in the hospital, this and that, every day. But if everybody had enough to take care of himself or herself, they won't come bothering you to say, give me this, give me that. For now. Let me tell you one thing. Yes, I did. Because I'm now confessing the truth. Look, what do I mean? I don't have to go and change election. But when you provide money, you give money to INEC boys to help you if they see any chance that they should favor you. You provide money to the security. All our elections in the past, I've been in this game for about 40 years.
40 years.
And I tell you, each time, it's not necessarily when I'm contesting election.
Let me pause this,
but
man.
when my party...
Only I've been in this game for the last 40 years. So, èyí tí ẹ̀ ń feel pé tí Yorùbá bá débẹ̀, I change the mindset àwọn criminals tí wọ́n wà ní tó jẹ́ senator yín, tó jẹ́ House of Rep, whether on the state level or the federal level. Automatically feel pé situation yẹn máa change. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé yín nísìn. But what we are saying is, we understand pé àwọn kan wà tó ní the technical know, the think tank. Àwọn kan lè máa like bí àwọn kan ṣe ń ṣe presentation, irú èmi nísìnyí lè máa like it. Because èmi ti sọ fún yín ibi tá a máa lọ láti 2 years ago. But ibi tá a fẹ́ lọ yẹn, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fi pé ká má gba route yẹn. Ẹ wo àwọn analysis tí bàbá ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn pẹ̀lú àwọn Yorùbá Central Office. Ẹ wo bí tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dé. Tẹ bá wo kí n kàn show yín ní again. Tẹ bá lọ gbọ́ the remaining part, you know, but at least ibi tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ dé àti ibi tí wọ́n fagilé, tá bá wo kíní again, a rí pé nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní bíbà ibi gbogbo question yẹn lélẹ̀, right? Mo ti kà fún yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan. By the time tí bàbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yọ kúrò referendum through NINAS. Ìyẹn no go area. Legal court judgment, ìyẹn máa pẹ́, win or lose. Put people into political party. Àwọn ò ṣe political party. Ṣẹ́ni tó bá fi ń sọ pé ká jẹ́ kí èèyàn kan lọ ṣe ná, ẹni yẹn àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe political party nìyẹn, kẹ́ ẹ tètè sá fún wọn. Kò yé yín nísìn. Ẹni tó bá ní ká compel current governors or ká blackmail wọn, well, bàbá ní ọ̀nà yẹn náà kọ́ a lè compel wọn. Kí ló ń pè ní compel? Ká force wọn. But ó ní bá ṣe lè force wọn, ó ní àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan tó máa wáyé tó máa fi concur, tó máa fi rántí pé yes, àwa gangan ni ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà nínú bẹ̀. But ìyẹn kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹni ariwo ẹ̀ máa jáde síta. Àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n ló lè yé, òmùgọ̀ lá máa béèrè pé òun fẹ́ gbogbo details. The peasant revolt plan B using Igboho as the presidential list. Ìyẹn náà Igboho ṣe president, ó náà wọ́n ṣe president. Kò tẹ̀ ṣe president ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, wá ní president Nàìjíríà ló fẹ́ ṣe. So ìyẹn, people talk about all these things. I've had people talk pé mi náà pé Koiki, you know, you have ẹni èrò lọ́pọ̀, ẹ ṣe jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́nà political line nìyẹn. Ìtẹ́ ń sọ yóò lè wọ́ọ̀kì. So èyí tó kù tí a gbọ́ tán, tí ẹ̀yin náà lè lọ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́, òun ni declare and then prepare for the war or fight afterwards. Èyí tí bàbá sọ, bàbá ò fẹ́ pé ká declare nísìn. I think that, you know, when I would think of that route tẹ́lẹ̀ or something like that. So, but I can't understand. I can't explain it until tẹ́ bá lọ gbọ́, 'cause mo lè rántí nǹkan tó sọ precisely níbẹ̀ yẹn mọ́. So, but at least mo fi pé gbogbo wa àlàyé yẹn ó yé wa lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. So again, the question we're asking ourselves is,
he sponsors a candidate. I would like that candidate to win election. And what we used to do before, we make provision for INEC, we make provision for security, we make provision for even agents of other parties. You know, so that they will not
40 years,
raise any objection to whatever we are able to get. So whether I read myself or not, by providing those resources, financial inducement to the officials, I am rigging election.
Do you think that we can diminish or remove that influence as 2019 approaches?
I believe so, because you see, if people are born again like me and they refuse
how
to
many people will be born again like you?
The players.
We the players.
Unless we give before somebody will take.
We the players.
Right? So don't give.
Don't give.
And then we will not get a taker. We will not get a taker. The most, why, you don't even ask me, why am I thinking this way? Look, I am tired of being seen as a criminal in the streets of the world because we are Nigerian.
As Nigerians.
You know, you assume that everybody is an innocent human being until it's proven otherwise. But once you are outside this country with a green passport and they say that you are a Nigerian, even if you are a pastor or you are an imam, they will assume that you are criminally minded or you have criminal tendencies just because of where you come from. That must change. I am tired of living in poverty in the midst of plenty.
Poverty in the midst of plenty.
Even no matter how much you have, every day you see people coming to you, relations, friends, and that. My wife has given birth, my mother is in the hospital, this and that, every day. But if everybody had enough to take care of himself or herself, they won't come bothering you to say, give me this, give me that. And I believe that we have the resources that people can live a decent life without being beggars to those who have. But just because we haven't gotten our own governance system right. So we need good
governance. We have the resources. Ibodi resources yẹn wà, ọwọ́ ta ló wà. These are players. Ó ní àwọn ni player bíi Ronaldo, Messi, bó ṣe máa ń wo Premier League. Ó ní àwọn ni player. Àwọn làwọn máa ń ra substitute, open window. ta ló máa jẹ local government chairman. No. Ọmọ yín náà ni aṣíwájú. No. Àbí wọ́n yẹn wọ́n sọ fọ́ nìyẹn. Tó bá jẹ́ táwọn ti Sàràkí náà, òun ló yẹ kó politics àmàlà àtẹwédú tẹ̀ ń ṣe. Politics tó ràn yín lọ́wọ́ láti jọ tẹ̀ tí ń ṣe. Ìwọ náà wo rẹ̀ nísìnyí. Wo rẹ̀ ìwọ tó ń wò mí. Politics ewédú àti gbẹ̀gìrì. Politics kabúkabú tẹ̀ ń ṣe. Politics tí kò mú development plan kankan wá fún agbègbè kankan. Àfi pé kán ní kán gbéwó débẹ̀ yẹn káwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá para wọn. Politics gbogbo àyíká wa tó ti di messed up.
And good governance can only be provided by good people. Good people who...
Good governance will be provided by good people. But these good people are who? The same Fulani Caliphate that we are now saying we should allow to lead us again into 2023. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá tó fẹ́ jẹ́ ó máa ṣe negotiation pẹ̀lú wọn. And that still doesn't give us the guarantee.
Who are truly repentant, who actually are there to serve the people, who are concerned about the well-being of the people, being the primary concern of the well-being of the people. Then, when we have such leaders, I can tell you they will judiciously...
We have a caller coming from South Africa. All right,
ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn tó ń pariwo plan B yẹn oníyèméjì ni wọ́n ti rí pé ní ọkàn ara tiwọn ní ojú wọn wọ́n ti rí pé àwọn gbọ́n jù wá lọ. You understand? Wọ́n fẹ́ mọ̀ divert attention wa kúrò ní Yorùbá nation ni wọ́n kàn fẹ́ waste time wa for this 2022 to 2023 so that Yorùbá nation yẹn á lè die naturally. You understand? Plan ni wọ́n nìyẹn. Èèyàn tọ́lọ́run ò fi jọba tọ́lọ́run ti fàjọba ẹ̀yà àwọn fẹ́ gbé dìde wọ́n fẹ́ gbé Gani Adams dìde láti wá jẹ president àbí láti wá wó dìpò kan tọ́lọ́run ò dẹ̀rẹ́dẹ̀ àti gbé síbẹ̀ pé so that òun ló lè bá wa ṣe. That is their own understanding and their and the level of the little wisdom that they think they have. So we are not falling for that nonsense trap. We are not falling into it. We are wiser than them. So wọ́n máa sọ pé àwọn ní plan B lójú tiwọn ìgbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ wà bẹ̀ fún èwo good years kí ló ṣe níbẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tó ṣe níbẹ̀ fún Yorùbá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Jonathan fún àwọn ìran ẹ̀ náà kò sí nǹkan tí Jonathan ṣe bẹ̀ for 6 years. So why táwọn kan ṣe máa bí pé ká kọ́ máa deceive ara wa for how long? Ṣé decent life táwọn èèyàn ń gbé nílùú òyìnbó ṣé àwọn náà fẹ́ gbé nílùú wọn ni? Àbí wọ́n bí pé ìlú òyìnbó yẹn nìkan ló gbọ́dọ̀ dá pé ibi táwọn ti wá àwọn ò lè live life tí wọ́n live lóyìnbó àwọn ò lè live ẹ̀ níbẹ̀. So ṣé pẹ̀lú politics on play tán ṣe plan B plan C plan M plan Z ṣé òun láyé fi àṣìbù kan tàbí àṣìbù ọ̀la bẹ́ẹ̀ bí débi tá a máa dé ọ̀la bẹ́ẹ̀ bí dé ipò táwọn wà ní irú condition tó wà ní abroad ṣé irú nonsense tán ṣe àmì ló fẹ́ gbé wa dé irú level yẹn. So ó dà pé àwọn èèyàn ọkọ̀ láì kọ́kọ́ máa deceive àwọn èèyàn because àwọn bí nípa àwọn gbọ́n wíwà wọn ò lè gbọ́n rárá. So ẹ ṣe ká máa sọ fún wọn pé nothing like plan B Yorùbá nation is all we want it's as simple as that. So àwọn àti plan B wọn they can perish anytime because they are going to perish that is kò tí kò yé wọn nìyẹn.
No plan B or no plan B ṣé gan ni that was a caller from South Africa èyí náà ní àyè kó tó di pé ètò ẹ̀ máa wá sáyé ìsàlẹ̀ ní aago mẹ́ta. The options that we have still remain the same. A self-determination, a referendum, or a declaration. A declaration will lead to a lot of things, chaotic things. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt because if you look at these that we have here, out of the 12 or 11 that was presented to our father yesterday, Professor Banji Akintoye, I think they were able to quickly knock away 1, 2, 3, 4. And the rest, about 2, is a bit of doubt. Sorry, the last call we missed. You can call back. I love the 11. You don't have to agree with me on that. That's my own opinion and view. It will make things faster. It will be destructive. It will be chaotic. But whether the international community or for but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ń ṣojo. Oh, you can't say 11. Torí oye kíní tó wà níbẹ̀ ni mo mọ kíní tó ń.
Yeah.
Is the way it is. Declare and then prepare for any war or fight afterwards. That's the plan for 11, number 11. I know it's a bit, let me see, yeah. Let me see if I can increase the fonts. Block, but it's okay. But that's it anyway, read it out. 11, declare and then prepare for war or fight afterwards. So, gbogbo option tí wọ́n discuss lánàá lélẹ̀. Gbàsgbòs nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Gbàsgbòs ni. But ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó jẹ́ intellectuals, they are very concerned that that route is not something they want, and I can understand. They don't want that route. Pé ìyẹn máa ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀. Okay. Ojoojúmọ́ kúkú ní ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ wà Nàìjíríà anyway, so it could make any difference. The other one again is number 4. I love number 4 as well. Number 4 says civil unrest followed by declaration. Ta ló agree pẹ̀lú yẹn? So let's do something on the show before we start going. We have definitely referendum through Yoruba negotiation with the federal government. Which federal government? The Meeting Council yẹn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ mo ti fagilé yẹn. Actualizing no Nigerian election ever in Yoruba land using the youth. So now a ní mẹ́rin níbí báyìí tí ó kù lẹ̀ negotiate with Tinubu for where? Ìfagilé yẹn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Tinubu kọ́ Tinubu ni. So now we have 3. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ètò báyìí nísìn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbọ́. Okay. Later any problem to get to the program. The YouTube is back. Facebook. I don't give a toss. I'm sure more BT message people know that we are live every day. Tibajade street evangelism here, but Monday to Friday 1 p.m. TTD 3 o'clock somewhere around there Lama finish a program. So ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wá gbéyẹ̀wò mẹ́ta tó kù ní bíbáyìí. Èwo lẹ̀yin fẹ́ níbẹ̀ tí bá ti kà á. Ẹ máa mú ní bí nọ́mbà ni o. So we have number 1, number 4, and number 11. So let's take a vote. Màá kà lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Mo fẹ́ fi wo opinion ni èyí tí and Boba in live at the internet too. I'm going to read I'm going to say it now, and I'll continue to monitor that. And I'll write this out as well. Number 1, actualizing no Nigeria election ever again in Yoruba land using the youth. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ yẹn, ẹ kọ click 1. Number 4, civil unrest followed by declaration. Ẹyọkan ló máa mú o. Kò yẹ pé mo fẹ́ mú méjì, ẹyọkan, 1 vote ni. Number 11, declare and prepare for war or fight afterward. We have as much time. Everybody to wo program láti mọ ẹyọkan. ṣàlàyé yẹn yé yín àbí kí n tún sọ èyí tí mo fẹ́ máa rí nísìn ní the comment kankan ju àwọn kan tí ń mú number 1 lórí YouTube àwọn kan mú number 11 èwo lẹ fẹ́ mú nínú ẹ̀ màá tún kà again máa fi kò need explanation kankan and both section bàbá ta ló tún sọ number 4 okay yeah, sorry number 4 wà ń bẹ sorry so again mo fẹ́ mọ tí opinion view yín ni kò mí pé everybody láti agree sí need the comment kankan in tá à ń béèrè ní kẹ́ bá wa fi síbẹ̀ actualizing no Nigerian election ever in Yoruba land using our youth àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ìyẹn number 1 number 4 civil unrest followed by declaration then number 11 declare and prepare for war or fight afterwards èwo la fẹ́ ń bẹ̀ nígbà tá ní ẹyọ kan èèyàn kan ní number 4 and kìíní kan ẹ jẹ́ ẹ mọ bó ṣe ń vote ni bí wọ́n ṣe tó bá ti referendum bá dé náà ẹ ní yes and no a ní ẹyọ kan ní kẹ́ mú ẹ ní 4 and 11 báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ mú 4 and 11 ẹ máa mú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn but ibì kan náà ni mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ń lọ àbí ṣé mẹ́ta náà ni 1 2 3 ibì kan náà ni mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ń lọ ìkan ní kẹ́ mú ẹ má mú 4 and 11 okay a lot of people are picking number 1 on Facebook ẹ̀yin ti Instagram ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ pick kankan ọ̀dà ẹ̀yin ò sí pẹ̀lú wa ẹ jẹ́ ń wo mixlr ẹ̀yin náà ní right láti vote and vote lélẹ́yìí o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní mixlr ẹ̀yin 4 lẹ wà níbẹ̀ mo ní láti rí vote tẹ̀yin náà opinion yín ni view yín ni kò mí pé anything okay a lot of people are picking 11 okay èèyàn kan ní I go for number 1 number 1 yẹn ọ̀pọ̀ púpọ̀ 11 and 4 so far don't trend 11 yẹn pọ̀ ju 4 gan lọ lórí YouTube and I'm sure you can read the comment on YouTube and then tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook but àwọn tó wà okay àwọn tó wà lórí kinní náà ti dìbò lórí Instagram ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè ni pé ọ̀nà mẹ́ta tí a fi kúrò ní Nàìjíríà based on information tó wà níwájú wa yìí ṣé ká actualize ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú no Nigerian election ever but ká wá lo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa number 4 civil unrest followed by declaration number 11 declare and prepare for any war or fight afterwards òun náà lẹ́ ń wò níwájú mi yìí tẹ́ bá ti rí òun náà lẹ́ ń wò mo ti try ẹjẹ́ tún blue ẹ̀ síta mo ti kà síta òun náà mo ti kà látẹ̀kan ṣé ẹ̀rí nǹkan tí mò ń kà ní kò sí bó ṣe lè lọ jù báyìí náà lọ mo ti expand ẹ̀ ju bí ṣe lè ẹjẹ́ wá fi sí fún òun náà lélẹ̀ at least a ti wà lójú agbami báyìí okay more people are picking 11 okay wow interesting àríyàn kankan tó dìbò èèyàn kan péré ló dìbò lórí Instagram bí àwọn PDP àti APC la kó sórí Instagram ga o okay a lot of people are picking 11 wow interesting àwọn kan pick number 4 ẹ jẹ́ n ka 11 yẹn fún yín declare nítorí pé ká declare Yorùbá nation and then we prepare for any war I prepare for ogun tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ or we fight afterwards ẹ ṣé gan ni èèyàn wa so it shows that people are really in tune with the broadcast okay wow ọmọ 11 pọ̀ gan people dey so kò ń ṣe Koiki nìkan ló ń para nìyẹn àwọn èèyàn para gan àwọn kan máa ní ẹ kàn ṣe yẹn lórí social media ni okay no problem ẹ rí i pé bí Koiki bá tẹ̀ sọ pé no more 11 àwọn tó máa sọ pé 11 ṣì wà ọ̀pọ̀ dáadáa okay very good all right wow gbogbo àwọn tó tẹ̀ wà lórí YouTube àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ gbàgbọ́ rárá 11 everybody mú okay interesting okay I'll put this out as well okay while I'm here now let me do the write-up quickly on our timeline màá post it síta so let's gain that so that way our on record pick one pick one from these options. So the first one, number 1, Number one ni okay, àníyàn kan tó ń pè so àgbépè yẹn àdé máa bá èmi a máa ṣe write up yẹn lọ nísàlẹ̀. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
À ń gbọ́ ní o.
Ẹ kú ètò.
Ètò nìyẹn.
Ọlọ́run àgbàlẹ̀ Yorùbá fún alágbára náà.
Ó tẹ̀ ti gbà fún wa ní ká máa sọ.
Ẹ rí ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀, ó máa padà dé gbàgbós. That is the only way. Tí ń ṣe wà mo wà ní Dubai báyìí. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fún mi ní opportunity láti ṣiṣẹ́ ní Expo 2020 mo wà báyìí.
Okay.
Most àwọn flags tèmi rí níbí báyìí, red colour ló pọ̀ jù nínú ẹ̀. But máa try láti lọ check Google pé kí n tíyàn bá rí red colour lára flag pé kí ni nǹkan tó mì. Ó jẹ́ kó yé mi pé most ìlú tó bá jáwọ́ ni red colour máa ń wà lára. Flag tèmi rí níbí báyìí, èyí tí ò sí red nílẹ̀ ò common. That means àti gba òmìnira kò kí ń ṣe nǹkan tó easy. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan téèyàn ń jókòó, téèyàn ń fi bá èrò pọ̀, téèyàn bá fẹ́ kó yá. That is my opinion.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe.
Agbára Ọlọ́run. Mo ń ṣe write up yẹn ni o. A máa post ẹ̀ ní. Ẹ ṣe gan alàgbà wa láti United Arab Emirates. Thank you very much for that contribution. Lágbára o. Mo like àwọn tájọ wà lórí ètò lẹ́nu. 11 yẹn bí tèmi náà lẹ fẹ́. Very good. Very, very good. Gbogbo ohun tí ọ̀nà tá a bá máa gbà. Ọlọ́run ọba tó láyé tó lọ́run á guide wa. But a gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rù o. Tá a bá ti fi bẹ̀rù sí, we're not going anywhere. Okay? A tún ní bàbá kan náà tó ń pè láti UAE lọ́hùn. Àdè náà kọ́ láì tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Hello? Àgbọ̀yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wà ń bẹ́ o. Àgbọ̀yìn rárá o. Ó kù díẹ̀ mo ti fẹ́ parí write up yẹn. Declare and then mo mọ̀ pé lè máa ní traction. So ẹ tún lè lọ fi comment yẹn sórí page wa tá a bá ti post ẹ̀ síta nísìnyí ó kù díẹ̀. But ẹni tó ń pè yẹn máa pè padà cause àgbọ̀yìn ẹ̀yin náà gbọ́ wa ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. So a lot of people have picked 11. Declare and then prepare for. Bàbá ní àṣẹ nísìn. Ìgbà wo la fẹ́ ṣe? Ìgbà wo la fẹ́ lọ? Àfi tó bá yẹ pé gbogbo àjọ ń ṣeré pa ni à ń ṣe tẹ̀ǹtẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
À ń gbọ́ yín o.
Ẹ kú ètò.
Ètò ni ẹ sọ.
The White Lion. Ọlọ́run bá mi dáàbò ẹ̀bùn yín o. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun o.
Àmì Ọlọ́run.
Yorùbá nation no going back. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ṣé tí nọ́mbà 11 yẹn tèmi mú mo ti fi kọ́mẹ̀ntì mi síbẹ̀. Ẹ ká declare Yorùbá nation. Ṣẹ́rẹ́ tó sọ̀rọ̀ láti yẹn. Báyọ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ láti Yorùbá yẹn. Ilé ìdèmí náà ti ń pè yín.
Mo ti rí nọ́mbà yẹn.
Àbúdá mi ti ń pè yín. Àbúdá mi ni mo ti ń pè yín. Ṣé ẹ rí àti bá òmìnira kò ń jẹ̀bọ̀ kékeré? Kò ń jẹ̀bọ̀ kékeré. Tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ la máa wà lé kò síbi tá ìyàlá ń jẹ́ mi tá wà yín náà. Lórí ìrẹ̀ ọkọ̀ àbọ̀ ajá fún orílẹ̀-èdè wa orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation. Tó wọ́n bá kàn kúrò tra wọn ẹni tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ kò sí sẹ́nìkan sá lọ. Gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn sójà bàbá àgbà ogun máa ń dà gbogbo wọn ni kò sí ìgbà tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ìtumọ̀ tán. Ọlọ́run máa gbà fún ọ lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Ẹ ṣe ìdùnnú rẹ̀.
Ètò bàbá mi máa bá ṣẹ́yìn lọ.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjìrì a ti fi sórí timeline wa nísìnyí so a máa monitor ẹ̀ bó bá ṣe ń lọ mo dẹ̀ ti share náà lórí group different WhatsApp group tẹ́yìn náà bá ti rí ẹ pín káàkiri let's start looking into because option mẹ́ta tó wà nílẹ̀ náà nìyẹn ti Tinubu yẹn àti rúlẹ̀ ọtí fagilé yẹn so at least we got the message now a dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo wa tí a bá wa dá sí and I hope as we always say àní ní kí nǹkan lọ gbé AK-47 AK-49 but a máa defend ara wa tí àsìkò bá tó torí pé a lè máa wò kó máa jí wa gbé kó máa pa wá ká wá dákẹ́ a ní tí àwọn bàbá wa fi ń jà láyé jọ́hun, ẹ̀yẹn má béèrè ibi tó wà. Lásìkò bá tó ibi tó wà á jáde sí olúkálukú wa. Bọ̀tí tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé ẹni tó bá jẹun sókè àmàlà dáadáa àtewédú, ẹ lọ máa tọ́pọ̀, torí pé a kì í mọ̀ kó má bà wá lójijì. Tẹ bá ní kò ní ṣeé ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, fine. Tó bá wá lọ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ńkọ́, kí ni ìwọ máa ṣe? mo ti da gúrúùpù rú báyìí náà. Àwọn èèyàn ti ń pín káàkiri, bá ní Koiki ní wàhálà. Tí ìwọ náà bá ti rí, ìwọ náà ẹ bá máa spread ẹ̀ káàkiri. Ẹ bá máa spread ẹ̀. Ilẹ̀kẹ̀ já sí bí má já sàn, ibì kan náà ló máa já sí. Àbí ṣé mo kọ̀wé yẹn dáadáa? Èyí ìyá wa yín bàbá wa. Ilẹ̀kẹ̀ já sí bí já sàn. A máa gbé ìjọba Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́. Ìyẹn ni legal way. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà la máa lo. Àkí bàbá wa náà sọ, the more ta bá ń push, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló máa ní ìwúlò fún wa. So ká má fi ìbẹ̀rù sí, ká má jẹ́ kí àyà wa já. But tí o bá ń jẹ́ káyà ẹ já tó dẹ̀ ń rò pé Nàìjíríà máa da, gbọ́n tárákùnrin sọ.
Where you come from.
Nigeria.
Right. Nigeria, again, everything that I've ever read about Nigeria, if you don't open your pocket and pay off everyone from the lowest to the highest, you don't get anything done. And I've read Nigerian artists, writers and things, and they all seem to say that. Also, now in Nigeria, if you're an intelligent Nigerian, you need to get out of that country if you want to get ahead. Because the powers that be there want to hold everybody down, especially women and especially...
Complete solidarity against this and outrage against what happened in Paris, vis-a-vis what we see in Nigeria, which is truly not, it should not be surprising. Look, what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness, yet it's not a priority. The United States unilaterally could do almost anything it needs to do. It would be a long-term effort, but it could be done. And the United States has the capability. All the elements of power, we have those.
So why not?
Complete. It's not a priority. That's the problem. We are committed elsewhere in the world. Black West Africa is not a priority. Very stark, very hard to say, but that's the case right now. Complete solidarity against the.
That's the case right now. Moriwe baba mi kunle. So, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tí aláǹfààní àti tún jọ gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn yẹ̀ wò, òun ni mo ti fi síta yẹn. Ẹ yẹ kí ìyẹn máa deliberate rẹ̀ ní gbogbo ibi tí, kódà mo ti jù sórí Twitter gan báyìí, kí ó lọ máa lọ, let's get the ojoojúmọ́ ọlọ́pàá náà yẹn nǹkan náà nísìnyí, ẹ bọ́ ṣe ń nà mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ bọ́ ṣe ń nà, ìṣèlú lélẹ̀. Messed up, complete total chaos. Tá bá sọ pé nǹkan chaos, òun ni Nàìjíríà yẹn. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, kò ń ṣe Yorùbá nìkan ló ń bínú. Majority seems to have chosen option 11. I will support that too, even though I choose option 1. Okay. Can you kindly put the previous white man on the WhatsApp group? Okay, màá get video ẹ̀ jáde. Tí bá ṣe tán, màá orí system yìí ló wà, màá upload ẹ̀ jáde. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n tẹ̀ gbé lọ sórí, cause yẹn máa ń easy fún mi láti download ẹ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré bẹ̀ ṣe rán mi létí nísìnyí. Cause tí bá ti ṣe tán, iṣẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ta fẹ́ ṣe lẹ́yìn ìgbà tá bá parí ètò. So let's àwọn ará London ti ń ya picture pẹ̀lú grandfather wọn. All jokers are beating my Yoruba people. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré post video máa yẹn, because àwọn kan lè download ẹ̀ fúnra wọn náà. Aláwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ní skills tó pọ̀ lọ́wọ́. Nàìjíríà ló dé tí gbogbo ẹ̀ fi dàbí gbàásìgbò tí kò ṣiṣẹ́. So let me find that video on our archive, and if people are doubting us, I have one more video just to share before I go. Even the other video, Baba, I want to Nigeria, don't go there. You better get out. You better get out of Nigeria as quickly as possible. torí kò ń ṣe mo ti fi fídíò yẹn ti wà lórí màá kọ title ẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ lè lọ wo lórí èyí tẹ́ bá fi download ẹ̀ so ó ti lọ báyìí nísìnyí and then let me do the same thing like we're back fully on our platforms apart from one platform that is still being held which is Koiki Odudua streaming but we are posting on that but we're stream lórí ẹ̀ but it's fine I'm not bothered as long as people can get us everywhere so ìyẹn náà ti wà lórí timeline but màá download ẹ̀ màá wá gbé wá sórí WhatsApp nírí jù báyìí lọ please sir can you give me the WhatsApp group number mo ní WhatsApp group number I'm talking about different groups tèmi náà wà ní ẹ̀yìn mo like ibi tí gbogbo yẹn fojú sí lónìí okay I look more great with my glasses àbí nígbà tó dẹ́ni ká máa jẹ́ kí ojú yẹn kó stressed I mean the eyes is healthy it's just that the optician says when I'm live doing my readings it's better for me to put on glasses ó dẹ̀ yẹ kí gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tóbi gbàgbà lójú mi ni so anyway we appreciate everyone but if you are in doubt that the youths can do and undo let's just give you this because you better run away from the youth you don't know what they're capable of you don't know what they're capable of but this guy told you what we're capable of.
There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army.
Moral army.
And the most important thing that we can do for them
get out of their way.
Is to get the hell out of their way. There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yẹn kò ń ṣe Áfíríkà nìkan ló ń bá wí o gbogbo àgbáyé ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ o gbogbo àgbáyé ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yes Harrison Ford thank you very much Justin Reason èèyàn kan ní I have missed a lot ẹ má wọrí tá a bá parí ẹ̀dá padà ẹ̀rí wọn yẹn so thank you very much mo rí pé ti Instagram ẹ̀yin ò vote àbí ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀ okay ẹ̀yin ò vote èèyàn kan péré ló vote lórí Instagram ìjà ìyàwó wà Nàìjíríà yẹn ṣá káwọn kan kọ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ó di wàhálà Nàìjíríà máa ṣe o people are scared like shit wọn á nítorí àwọn wà lábroad àṣẹ ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ okay at least àwọn lábroad náà ni come and get out of our way ẹ ń fi eyín ọ̀ka ṣeré. Mr. Koiki, our youth in Nigeria, they are angry more than us. Number 11. Okay. All right. Thank you very much once again. But èyí tó ń fún wọn ní headache. Ẹ̀wọ̀n yẹn tá máa ń lò tó máa ń fún wọn ní headache. Ẹ̀rù ń bá àwọn èèyàn wa. Ìyàn kan péré ló ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram. Ṣé ẹ̀gbọ́n tí mo sọ látẹ̀ nǹkan ni? Àbí ẹ kò decide pé ẹ fi comment. Option mẹ́ta la mú. Ìyàn kan péré ló fi 11 sí àwọn tó kù bí àwọn fi pé bí a government máa lọ máa wo social media handles wọn people are scared in that country. Eyes has opened after COVID okay ẹ tó fẹ́ ká kọ sáré oúnjẹ COVID tó gbé pamọ́. sí COVID-19 palliative SOBR wicked government Ìkòròdú palliative our government are wicked. I hope they are not gonna go and work with this shit old government. Wọ́n ti gbàgbé wọ́n ti jẹ rice wọ́n ti jẹ noodles yẹn tán ní wọ́n ti lọ sí toilet wọ́n ti yàgbẹ́ dànù. the same people tó ń pariwo eléyìí tẹ̀ ló ní kíni tó tẹ̀ jẹ́ ti Ọ̀ṣun state yẹn Ọ̀ṣun.
orílẹ̀ bàbá wa.
pension lè lè gbowó ṣá ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn kan ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá ní kí n bá wọn. èdè ni ẹ máa bọ àlékó tán o oúnjẹ yìí pọ̀ wọ́n ti kó tán ti jẹ́ tán wọ́n ti jẹ́ tán.
Wickedness of the government. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Wickedness of the government. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha is happening live. It's happening live. Wickedness. 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 Wickedness.
Kò ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wa nìkan, ó dé òkè ọ̀hún náà lọ́hùn-ún. Ó dà pé ó tún dé ó dé bíbáyìí náà. This is the government we vote for. This is a palliative. This is just. This is just.
Today's date is 24th.
Ele máa ń gbọ́ Koiki dáadáa, ó fi létí sí.
This is what is happening in Jos.
This is what is happening in Jos.
This is what is happening in Jos City.
Lockdown. This is what is happening in Jos.
This is Jos City.
This is Jos City.
You can see the masses.
You can see the masses.
Everybody wants to get food.
Everybody wants to get food.
What's the government?
Government.
What the government?
What the government?
Look at people are struggling.
Look at how ó tún súnmọ́ ẹ lọ ilé ìmọ̀ṣẹ́ dáadáa ó súnmọ́ ẹ padà ẹwẹ̀rù.
Look at okay, let's look at the hold up.
Look at ó tún gbé lọ sínú hold up. Look at the hold up.
No way entrance.
No more entrance.
No way out.
Wọ́n ti jẹ́ tán nísìnyí wọ́n ti gbàgbé kúlíkúlí èwo ni wọ́n pín ó dà pé mo tún rí bread mo rí bread bí wọ́n torí máa ń ṣò bread ní kitchen mi wọ́n ṣe bread fún wọn wọ́n gbé Tinubu lé lórí wọ́n gbé ìgbékeré la fẹ́ gbà ẹ gba káàdì 500 naira òun dà ní sẹ́tì ló tán mad people ìgbékeré èmi kọ́ ni máa sọ fún yín nígbà tó máa di gbàgbọ́ Nigerians will come out and react when the time comes even àwọn tó ṣe Yorùbá nation ara ń kan wọ́n bàjẹ́ so ẹni tó bá béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ èmi nísìn mo ò ní náà ni tó bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ you know eventually people will react. Thank you all. Have a very good afternoon. Tó bá dalẹ́ ẹ mọ bó ṣe ń lọ 11 o'clock tí máa eégún bá ti ṣe tán à ń padà bọ̀ lórí ètò back to back to no alẹ́ yìí ṣálẹ̀ òkìtà wa máa wá lálẹ́ ànípẹ́ púpọ̀ àwa ànípẹ́ mo ṣe rántí nǹkan kan nísìnyí àwa àkànnípẹ́ ni màá tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní exactly 11 bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé fún 1 hour ni ẹ ṣé gan ni o kí gbogbo ayá ṣe o politician àtàtà tó máa pa yín òun lélẹ̀ ó dàbọ̀.
With GoDaddy.
Pé kí ló dé tó tún ṣe padà wá tó ń smile Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ti Instagram 11 ní gbogbo wọn mú wàláì òun ló wà wájú mi ìyẹn ló ń pè ní pé akíkanjú ní gbogbo wa ẹ má bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè ó wà lẹ́yìn wa tó ń sọpọ́tì wa mùsùlùmí ni kìrìsìtẹ́nì ni oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ló níjà àwọn akọ́lá máa jàjà yẹn Ọlọ́run ló ní very good 11 ní gbogbo wọn mú pátápátá bye for now let's watch this.
Free education and audio. Good security na one chance. Over 100 million people don't poor. All my nigga need a job, they know they see work. They want to go to farm, full and near attack. Don't give me any fucking reason why we no go. Even many people say they wanna go. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. No bad back on you do a republic. And they go to a bomb. I'm fighting. So you're Jalewa. Ole do joy. And the day of all do. And this one could begin. You're British, you came to Africa to come and enslave us, and you call it colonization. You join four nations together, and you call it one Nigeria. We tell you we are one, when only Yoruba never get themselves right. But you join us together, even with the people who never think like us. And since then, you damage our culture, you damage our language, and you damage our way of life. Because of your whole greediness. Before one day amalgamation has expired since 2014. Come to Nigeria. Come and separate what you match together as one. We are not one. We can never be one. We don't have the same culture. We don't speak the same language. You just came there from nowhere and match us together. Who make it God over us? You don't know anything about us. Just come there from nowhere and match us together. Since then, we never get it right. And here you are, Yoruba educate. As you got it told, and you are going to let Baba in. Amalgamation for 190 expire. But it expired like 2014. So, IG and Masu, as you got it told, like you are going to let Baba in. A fool at 60 is a fool forever. Masu.